What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don, Tony, Teflon, Phil, the Issues Guy. This is the Escaping From Podcast, Season 4, Episode 8 episode. We are joined by the one and only Gabs is in the building rocking. What's going on, Gabby?
Hi, everyone. So excited to be back.
We are so excited to have you back. What up to everybody in the chat? We have two super chats already. From Mika has gifted 5 memberships to the Don, and then 5 more to Fill the Issues Guys channel. Thank you so much, Mika. We truly appreciate you. We appreciate all of y'all coming out here and watching us. You know, you could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to be here with us. And you don't know how much we truly do appreciate that, because we do. And we'll give shout outs in 1 second to all the people that are up in here rocking with. But before we do, we'll start ladies first, of course. Episode 8. It had a chance to be a filler episode. Had a chance to say, all right, we're going to slow it all the way down before these last 2. What did you feel about episode 8?
So obviously, nothing can compare to episode 7. Episode 7, I agree. I watched her live last weekend. It was definitely the best and one of the best of From. But I loved this episode. I actually found so much in the details, so many parallels, so many symbols, so many different scenes going on with different people that actually really there was a through line. So I think there is actually so much to talk about with this episode. I really liked it.
Absolutely. I really liked the episode 2 for the most part. There was a couple of storylines in it I could have done without, or they could have sort of fast-tracked. We'll get into it when we get into the full breakdown. The whole Victor and Ethan situation could have just been summed up with one conversation with Tabitha where she's just like, oh, by the way, neither of you are leaving. We don't have to go through all this hullabaloo. But I think for the most part, this episode gave you a lot. It verified a couple of things that we wanted to know for a while about who the voice on the phone was, how that's connected to the man in yellow. Also something that I've been babbling about, and I'm sure other people have been babbling about too, the clothing thing. I think it's absolutely sure that now that if the clothing is attached to the shape-shifting in some way, shape, or form. I mean, we're going to get into all of this tonight, but I also think it was some people are complaining that everything just happened in the last 5 minutes. Maybe you should, if you're not looking down the whole time, you look up in the last 5 minutes to pay attention. Maybe that's why you think only good stuff happens in the last 5 minutes. Was it a perfect episode? I'd give it probably 7.5 or something. It's in the middle but it's episodes that you need. The people that are saying that this is Phil, you couldn't survive a 26. You're complaining that you want 26 episode seasons, but then you're like, I can't handle any sort of character building or character interaction shit. We had a lot of real great character growth in this episode and building up, making us care about other people. And I think some big things that we'll get into that sort of explain how the rest of the season is going to go. So I liked it. It's not my favorite of the season, but I liked it.
I think it's a little bit better than all. I think it's at least an 8.5 here. Maybe because I'm a lore guy and I like to hear more about the lore than the actual story. And then when we get answers to the lore, it really makes me like get interested. And we got a lot of answers here from a lot of different things in here. So I appreciate it. And it's also, this pushes towards my science fiction theory from the beginning, and almost validates it in this episode. Everyone wants to see magic. It's not magic. It's going to be sci-fi when it's all said and done. You're all going to see. And I think it pushed it. And we'll talk about, I'll tell you exactly how that did if people didn't catch it. Fernandez T gifted 5 Teflon TV memberships. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate you for all your support that you go give to the channel. All right, let's go through some people right here. We got Sonic Your Boy is in the building rocking with us. Nonfiction is up in this piece. TCP is up in here. My man David is in this building right now, rocking with us right now. We got our girl from Land Under, Carla Way, is in the building. She does the most, is in here. Peter Griffin is over at the Fill the Issues Guys channel. Glenn Carter is over at the Fill the Issues Guys channel, rocking with us right now. Saggy Star is in the building. The magnificent mod that she is and everything else. With TNX is in the building. Runner on the Hill is up in this piece. Travis is in here. Someone was in here and they said that they only usually watch the audio cast, but they decided to come and watch.
Yeah, a couple of people were asking over the course of the last couple of weeks when we go live and getting subscribing to both of our channels. Gotta say crazy love to Crazy Maz and a few other people that have migrated over to be able to watch us live. We appreciate all of our audio listeners and everyone specifically in Albania, of course. Since we're number 1 in Albania,
we appreciate 1 in Albania, baby. Let's get it.
We appreciate your
get it.
support.
100.
Oh, and I saw someone comment. They were like, "Wow, I thought I was the only person from Albania listening." So thank you. You're not.
We're number one in Albania. Greeky,
Number
what's going on with you? Thank you for the super chat. It's right here in the building. Rock, my man T is up in the building doing that. You know what I mean? Rocket throwing that out there. Let's keep it going. Let's keep everything going. We got Smokey is in the building rocking with us right here.
It's Friday. Oh, no, it's not Friday.
This is someone else was in there. There's more people in here. It's too many for me to go through. More. Tia is in the building rocking with us.
Oh, thank you, Tia. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Hopefully, I can get to more. All right, let's go through some things that we've seen in this episode. Let's start with Fatima. All right, we'll start with her right off the bat. Gab, what's going on with Fatima, man? What's the deal with her?
Man, Fatima's like womb area cannot catch a break. It's like this woman thought she was never going to have kids. And then not only has she given birth to a demon monster baby, but now the moment she becomes relevant in the story again, now she's basically dead according to her vital signs. And she has some weird veins on her stomach that are not making sense medically. So I know we give Fatima a lot of shit, but I'm feeling bad for her at this point.
Yeah, I mean, she's getting it from both ends. She's getting it. She's of course, as we speculated, the golem gets no mention. We don't even see the damn golem in the room. It just melt and disintegrate somewhere. I guess it just it was too hot in Colony House, and the golem melted under the weight of Julie's wig or something like that. Who knows what exactly happened to it? Maybe that's where Julie was. She was smoking weed with the golem. She's like, Fatima won't hang out with me anymore. I'm gonna take the golem and go smoke weed with it somewhere.
Oh man.
But yeah, not a bad idea, right? But I do think it was. I don't know how to not talk about Christy and Marielle in association to Fatima's storyline. And I thought this was an awesome episode for Marielle. I think they gave her perfect opportunity. They kind of hinted at this a few episodes before with her being like, we got to get involved in this. And they've really done a great job without even realizing it, turning Christy very apathetic to the whole situation. And they set up that big confrontation with them through Fatima. And I thought that really worked in the episode. And I thought it really kind of brought all the characters together and also gave Ellis stuff to do. Like Ellis was an understandable asshole tonight, where I'm screaming at him, but I'm like, I get you, Ellis, but you might be right, Walter, but you're still an asshole. Shut up.
He's not right. He's not right.
I see where he's coming from though, Tony. Like he cares.
I don't. I'm be honest. Y'all dancing around it. I mean, this is like, I don't know if you're Fred Astaire, MC Hammer, Michael Jackson, but you're dancing around the obvious question in the room here, and that is she becoming a monster? I mean, that's what we need to be. That's
definitely. I think that's a given.
Gab, what do you think?
I really hope she's not becoming a monster. So I want to think about it in the way where, I mean, I know that is a given. She thinks she's becoming a monster. Everyone thinks she's becoming a monster. I don't want her to become a monster. And I know we don't get what I want, unfortunately, with all of this. I thought about, Jade talking about energy neither being created nor destroyed. And I thought that was true here. We saw that with the egg being smashed into Roger, and that reanimated him in a way. So there's this idea that I was thinking about like this life force energy as currency. And I wonder if Fatima had to pay a price in like a life force vitality thing in order to either leash back Smiley or to give Kenny some luck and some life back. So I'm trying to look at it more symbolically to how everything relates. I really don't want her to become the next kimono lady. Like, I just think that would piss me off for some reason, and I don't even know why.
She's a monster. I think it's obvious. I mean, they did the blood pressure test. They did the heart rate test. It's over for Fatima. All the Fatima fans in here just know that it's over. It really doesn't make sense to debate this situation. This is what she's becoming. This is what she is. And now when it comes down to it, what are you going to do before you fully turn? What are you going to do good for the people before you turn to what you're going to turn into? And that's what Marielle is trying to say. And that's why Ellis is wrong. Ellis needs to get out of his feelings about this and say, listen, this is what it is. If you have somebody in your family dying of a disease and you know they're dying of this disease, obviously you want to hold out some hope. But when it gets to that point, or you know what's going to happen, then the next thing you do is make that person comfortable for as long as they're there. That is the procedure. And right now, she has the opportunity to do something before she gets turned to help the people that she actually cared about in this show. And that's what Mariella's trying to say. Let's look into this. She's basically dead already. From the vitals, she's dead. So you might as well say, all right, what's going to happen? What can we do? If you've already saved one life, can you save a bunch more before you go? That's why I think he's wrong. And that's why I think that's where her head is at. Because if her head is there already, and she's already saying this, then why are you fighting her if this is this chick's wishes? So that's when I look at her like she knows that it's a wrap for her. I think it's a wrap for Ellis now too, because he already had if you had no home without you. All right, go stay in there and die with it then. All right, buddy.
He knows he's not the favorite son. He has to look at Boyd choose Kenny every time over him. I mean, you feel bad for Ellis a little bit. His dad likes Kenny more than he likes him. It's a hard situation for the kid. But I agree. I think Ellis is gone too. And I think Fatima, only death can pay for life. And she is on her way out in some way, shape, or form. Although I agree, Tony, she's going to go the grenade bomb kind of route. I think she's going to be an integral part to this plan. But I don't think this plan is going to work in the end. So I think it's all going to be
in a way. She's becoming like the Golem of Prague, which we've talked about, where she will offer protection until she doesn't, until she becomes a big issue, and then will cross over. So, like you said, she has the opportunity to do a lot until she can no longer do anything. Maybe that's why the Golem is no longer there, because she's just become the Golem.
Yeah, or it used its value already with the situation with connecting with Smiley and stuff like that. You have to forcibly disconnect the anchor. I guess would we say that the Henry situation would be the next?
Wait, real quick before we get to Henry. I'd say, listen, she is what those parents are, right? Everything we heard that those parents did, she did. That's why she's becoming what she's becoming. You know, she had a baby. She sacrificed her baby.
Yeah, she was in a ceremony without realizing it.
Listen, it doesn't matter. She was in the darkness. She was downstairs. She was in the darkness. She had a baby. She allowed the kimono lady to take the baby, and they sacrificed the baby. That's exactly what they said happened to all those creatures before they became a creature. And that's what she exactly did. So that's why she's becoming a creature.
You're right. She, and that's what I was saying. You're right. She wandered into a ceremony halfway through, and she got, God blessed. She got dunked into the water and she's baptized to become a monster at this point, and she can't help it. Whether it was accidental or not, she was in that room at that moment, and that made her change.
Well, Victor said when he first met Elgin, I don't like this guy, right? When he first met him, he said he didn't like him. He knew something was up. So that is what it was. Elgin's the one who got this shit done for him and stuff. Go ahead, Gab.
Do you guys think this happens every season or every cycle, where someone joins because originally the immortal monsters are the ones, like you said, who sacrifice their kids? Do you think this is a crucial part, or this is just they've never figured out how to potentially kill and then rebirth a monster?
Yeah, I don't know if any monster's ever been killed before. Boy, killed it. So that's what I'm thinking. That's why it went down this way, because no one's ever been killed from what I know. Unless there's something I'm missing. But I don't think any of the monsters ever been killed before. Because when that monster got killed, those monsters stood over it, shocked, looking at it. Like they didn't know what was going on.
They froze, and they all seemed real extra interested in it.
Yeah, like they didn't know what was going on. Like this has never happened before. So, that's what it is with them. Go ahead, Phil. You wanted to talk about Henry.
Yeah, Henry. Henry was. I love how in the subtitles it just said audibly weep. Through that whole scene.
Just like,
it was extended. Like that dude must do some underwater swimming. Like he extended that.
He's getting memed up for that one. That will be.
I'm already cannot wait for that one. The wig is going to come out of his mouth on the situation. Okay, so they want him to forcibly eliminate the anchor. Is that Victor? Is Victor the anchor that he has to eliminate? I guess I'm curious of what you guys think who do they want him to kill? Is he talking about killing him? Are they trying to convince him to kill himself, kill Victor, kill Boyd? Who do you think they're trying to convince him to kill in that situation? I think it's Victor personally.
I think it's got to be either Victor or Tabitha, being that Tabitha brought him there. But I think it's I think it's got to be Victor. For the plot, it would be Victor.
Yeah, he's not. It's most likely going to be Victor, but he'll never do it. He'll never get it done. Yeah, but we also seen the vision of Boyd with everyone else shot, right? And when he had his vision, they were all shot. So it was the people that were shot was Donna was shot, Jade was shot, also it was Tabitha shot, Kenny shot,
Christy, I think too.
No, I don't think Christy was there. It was only the main cast. It was the main characters, the main cast that was shot. And I was there. I think they were all shot, and dead.
You're gonna think I'm crazy what I think all that was, but we can get into it a little bit.
No, I'm saying it. So it could be foreshadowing, because then right after that we seen Abby blood come out of her mouth, and we know Abby was someone who did shoot people like that dead, right? And she was there with the blood coming out of her mouth and stuff. So it could be all of them, but in the end, most likely the anchor, if it's one person, that's going to be Victor. But I think he'll kill himself before he kills Victor. I don't know if he'll go that far to even try to do it. I don't know if he could bring himself to do it, even in a drunken stupor. I don't know if he could bring himself. I think he'll just jump off the top, because it made no sense for them to bring up Victor saying somebody jumped off the top of Colony House, and then why did they say that? People have done a lot of things in there. People have had a lot of sex in there. People have hung themselves. They don't talk about that. So just for them to bring up randomly, him looking over the side, someone jumped off a Colony House. I think it's just an easy foreshadow that.
Funny, Tony.
This guy's gonna jump off.
The people being hung and all the sex is somehow connected there.
It is, if you're David Carradine, right? So
it's somehow on a deeper level connected. I think we're figuring out all the situations here.
But then we got to go into what led up to that, right? What you got to look at. So, and this also proves, and I'll have my video out tomorrow for you people, and we'll start giving out all the super chat. Thank you so much. We'll start calling them out in a second. But it also goes into my theory about this being science fiction and a parallel universe. I think that is a parallel universe he's seeing. I don't think it's made up by her just concocting stuff. I think she's showing him what it's like for him in a parallel universe. This is what happened to his family, and she's putting him in that situation. And we've seen it happen in Days of Futures Past and X-Men, where they transported somebody's psyche into someone in the parallel universe so they can experience what was going on there. I think that's what she's showing him. That's what his family is in the parallel universe that never went there. He got fucked up on the acid in there and's been in that place, and the whole thing's a lie. He's not going to be able to go to that life, but I do think that that's a real life that's going on there. And if Victor is there, and Victor has a son named Sebastian, and Eloise is a teacher who's flying in. I do believe that's all that. I mean,
you think when we see Eloise, she's going to be Sarah?
I think she is Sarah. I always thought she was Sarah.
This is the perfect opportunity to have your theory come true. Is if she shows up in that room and Eloise is Sarah. It'd be great. It could happen. I mean,
that'd be wild.
It's Sarah. I'm telling you, Eloise is Sarah.
You're going to get a chance. You're here. We're going to get a chance.
I know everyone's expecting them to be the exact. I think it's, it's a reincarnation situation of Sarah, Eloise. I don't think, but I think that's what it is. I think it's done. I think that's a done deal. That's going to be Sarah in the end. She's going to be the reincarnated version of Eloise. It's going to be her. It has to be her. There's no other way for it to be. But we know it's put in the head by the man in yellow. We got the yellow sheet, yellow paint on the wall. We got the mirror with the star that's in his house that's in there. You also have the couch that's in his house that's in there. And you have the other picture that's in his house that's in that room too. I just don't know how
the connection to the jukebox playing in the
how would the man in yellow know about the acid hit?
He knows everything because he was.
How would he know about that acid hit?
He knew Miranda. He knew Miranda, and Miranda knew that information, so he could have talked to Miranda when she was there earlier. And
Miranda just said, "Yeah, I took some acid
with my husband. Yeah, before I came here." And then
we don't have any proof right now that he knew Miranda.
Didn't he eat her?
Yeah, she was already dead. Those small months had killed her.
But Victor said he talked to the man in yellow and he hung out with everyone and was friends. So it is
because he came in as a decoy. Like he came in as the man in yellow in the funny suit.
It's safe to assume that they did have some interaction.
But we don't know. I had a lot of interactions with a lot of people. I don't talk about my drug activity.
But if you knew like a little kid, would you probably know their parent too? Like he knew Victor. He talked to Victor. Like he said, Victor said he made friends with everybody. He hung out with Chris. He like made friends. Everyone liked his jacket. He was a goofy guy. So I guess I'm just saying you're right that there's no actual proof that he talked to Miranda, but it can be assumed that if he talked to Victor as a kid, he talked to Miranda too.
Yeah, and if Miranda came out and said that she did drugs, and she imagined this place with drugs, we see
this place knows what everyone does anyway. They seem to like have like a file on everybody
because they have access to the parallel universe.
Fair for sure.
I mean that would be the only way I could see.
Oh, the man in yellow. Did he say he knew Miranda? I missed that part. T.R. Williams. I must have missed it. Okay,
when did the man in yellow come? I don't remember him coming.
I don't remember. I like this is I'm on the opposite side, Tony, and I don't remember him saying.
I don't remember him coming out of his mouth saying it. Me personally, maybe he did. I could have missed it. Let's go through some super chat. Real Rebel Eric says Jasmine Munster didn't choose to be a monster either. Correct, 100%. Blissful Meat says, hey, Tony, Phil, Gab, and Familia. After Fatima's vein reveal, next scene with Jade in the bar, I noticed the sign "We Trade" was prominent behind him. That's a good catch. Very right cool. There. It could definitely be mean that they're trading her out. Real Rebel Eric says, in the words of Annie in Sinners, Fatima, you dead. I agree. Fatima's gone. And Fatima says, I don't think she's becoming a monster. I just think she has some bile DNA residue left inside of her. Listen, it could be if she does have some bile in her. I did a video on the 4 humors and stuff, and I talked about the bile and what exactly is bile that was left in the alchemy days when if they took all the humors out of you and just left the bile, that you would become that type of creature. So it definitely could be she has some of that bile is still up in her. But I do think that it's set up for her to become a monster. I just don't see it going any other way with it. I think they should have did it a year ago, but I think they heard from fans talking about it and they decided to go the route with it.
We cast someone that looks an awful lot like her in that kimono layer by accident. We might as well just have her turn into it now. You know,
you think she'll turn into a kimono lady, or you think?
No, I'm just going. Gabby was saying that earlier. Like, I think she's just going to become a regular old monster. I don't think she's specifically going to turn into the kimono lady.
Look, next season 5, Fatima's with the monsters knocking on the door. That's amazing.
Yeah, or she's at the and that's why I think Ellis is going to survive, because I think he's going to die next season and go and pull a porn stash and go outside and think she's on his side and get killed by her in that situation. I think Fatima's going to kill Ellis next season now. That's my headcanon at the moment. But we've been hinting at him and talking about him a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about the last scene, the Tabitha. I can't wait to hear what your thoughts on all of that. Tony and Gab, like, was he lying about being her friend? How's that all work into it? He seemed awfully a different tact. Like, personally, I don't think he was lying. It seemed like all that was genuine, but was he manipulating? Gabby, what did you think of that final scene with the man in yellow and Tabitha?
Ooh, there was so much to unpack there. I went on a wild journey in my head when I saw that, because he was so gleeful, and his glee and his joy definitely changed up, I think, kind of the mixed emotions we've seen from Sophia in this season. Like, she's looked concerned sometimes, she's looked pissed, she's looked happy, but the man in yellow was like pure joy, and he's like, this might be the best thing ever and you will go free, and this might be your fucking doom. So I have a lot of thoughts here. If what Mari said was true and they really need hope, they need to like feed on the hope of the town, then nothing says hope like a big bubble of people who really think they're getting out of there and a full mobilization of the town. But this kind of led me on the sci-fi route that Tony was talking about maybe the man in yellow is just playing a part in all of this and he doesn't even know. Like, maybe he doesn't know what the truth is. And I think it was Sarah who said the monsters are trapped. Maybe the man in yellow is trapped. Maybe he is playing a role, just like the priest comes and plays a role, just like the cop or ex-military person plays a role. But I do think he was right when he said, we're friends at this point, because it's been 500 plus years, and the soul of Tabitha is probably someone he's gotten to know over the years. So I think like maybe he really did like Jim, and that's why he kept his teeth and liked the priest's dad. But he's playing a role. He's playing a part, which I don't know. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, because that scene, I feel like there's just so much to it.
He likes a lot of people because he's got a lot of teeth. What are you thinking, Phil?
Yeah, and I think he specifically said that he liked Sarah, so I think Sarah's dead by the end of the season. The way he's like, "I like you too, Sarah." Like when he says he likes somebody, that's like the sign of death. I think that scene was really incredibly done. I think a couple of things. I agree with everything you said, and I don't want to double up too much, but a couple of things that stood out to me that kind of hint towards him having some sort of deference towards her, like the way he was kissing her hand at the end was almost like my queen. Like he was either playing it like that or playing it very like yes, like almost, oh, you haven't remembered that yet, okay, so I'll be a little nicer here. I don't know. I definitely think it's a given that Sophia one way or another, or the man in yellow one way or another, wants those bones dug up, whether because I think it's more the second half of what he was saying, like unleash an evil. Well, you'll see. And I love the look on his face. I don't know. He just gets this look like, because I honestly think he does it. It's a dice roll for him in this situation too. At least that's the vibe I got. How about you, Tony? What do you think?
Yeah. So I think number one, first and foremost, it's you don't miss Doug Hughes till you don't see Doug Hughes. Like I missed the man in yellow. I miss Doug playing him.
Like Freddie.
And look, I'm here. I wax poetic about Sophia every stream because I think that actress is amazing. But God damn it, give me some more Doug Hughes. I mean, that the way he plays this character could truly be an iconic Freddy Krueger type character, just for his attitude, his quirkiness, everything about him. Just it really could be a huge character that people dress up on Halloween and act like if they just gave this man some more screen time to flesh this out. Now, that being said, we find out that he is definitely the voice on the telephone.
Yep.
Right. He's Baby Thomas. So let's go sci-fi. I'm telling you, sci-fi elements. I've never seen magic allow somebody to talk into a telephone. I've never seen magic allow somebody to talk into a CB radio to Jim. All these things that we keep seeing, or the music box turning on and everything. I've never seen magic allow these things to happen. What that is some type of sci-fi technology that he's using to do all these things. And that's just, and when you go back to even Henry and his thing, every time Henry got into a flashback, it was always triggered by a sound. It was the crashing of the plates, and then he went into it. And then he was outside, he heard the sound, and then they showed him his Sebastian playing a song for him, and that's what woke him up.
Joni Mitchell song.
Yeah, that's what woke him up again. In Fringe, and that's the people who made this show, also made the people who made Fringe. Every time they did a parallel universe, there was a way for them to get into the parallel universe. Number one was through heavy doses of LSD, and number two, this to have a person access the parallel universe and talk and see what's going on in there. Number one was heavy doses of LSD. Number two was frequency. It was always had to be the right frequency. Your brain heard the right frequency. You were allowed to pass through into the parallel dimension. And that's exactly what we see here when we see this guy going there, because it's constantly always a sound. They didn't have to make it a sound. They could have did everything, but it's always a certain sound that he hears. And when he hears it, that's what transports him back. So in dealing with Doug, the man in yellow, the kiss on the hand and the way he says, "You don't remember me," means to me that they had a relationship in the past.
My queen.
Like there's something going on there in the past. Like in the past, maybe the original version of something happened between them. I know they're Jade and her are supposed to be these star-crossed lovers who keep coming back at the thing, but you don't kiss a woman's hand like that.
Maybe he was a Jim. Maybe he was a Jim or a Henry.
I think he was maybe he had a relationship with her and she left him for this dude, or he wanted to be with her and she didn't want to be with him and she was with this dude. But when you say you don't remember me, there's something else other than just Miranda. Like, and he's like, "You're gonna remember me." And the way he said it, it's like they were together at one time. And that's what I think. There's something going on there that at one point they were together. And that's just what it is. That's what it is. And like Carter, I don't hate magic. I just don't think it is magic.
Did you read that whole comment?
The one thing I'll say to that, I wonder if though he has been rooting for her this whole time, like in that would change the vibe, right? If all these times, every 4 decades, he sees this woman get uncooeyed back there and give it a really fair shot, and that's endearing to him. The only magic I saw in this was why did Sophia sniff the mugs? Because there's something with like bodily contact. So I'm like, did she sniff Ethan's mug and then was able to do the voice of a little boy? Like that was the only magic I saw come through, where there was like a scent, voice, DNA residual transfer going on there. And she was just talking like Ethan, which then could be Thomas. I don't know.
It's funny that you talk about the sniffing. I made a note in the recap about the sniffing. Maybe it's not magic too. Maybe Sophia is just creepy. You know, maybe it's an actor's choice to add a little creepiness.
It's a weird thing.
You know, with like Smiley touching things, or there's something to do with the creatures and having like a lack of your bodily functions or something about touching and senses. So it's just like, oh, I'm in this body now. I can suddenly smell things again and like enjoying the moment of smelling something, because it is noticeable now, like smell the egg, smell the situation. Could just have whatever alien creature it is. There you go, Tony. It could have a really good sense of smell. It could have some super smell and it's like setting it a situation. So it could also not be magic. But I did notice that too. I noticed like they're making it a point to show the sniffing, but I think maybe it's just like Smiley touching things. It's just
weird quirk. Yeah, that's fair.
You know, so when you deal with this with Doug and all this, again, he could have been a human who was infected with DNA. I said from the beginning, you know what I mean, that the man in yellow was trapped here. They're keeping him here because they want to experiment on him. There's a good chance that he wants to escape. He wants to get out of this place. And he's going through these motions because he has no choice, because he's trapped in there and everything. So I still think that that's playing out here. We've also learned a couple of major things in this whole situation. He did not want to kill Tabitha, right? He purposely brought her there not to kill her. He had no business killing. So that means, if you want to dissect that situation, that means that the whole thing with Tabitha coming back was all because of him. He set that whole thing up of her coming back. And how I break it down is like this. Sarah said that the voices that she heard told her that 2 cars are coming, go outside and you'll see them come. And because the 2 cars did come at that particular time, she thought that this person was trying to help. That also told her in there that they were also trapped here and they wanted to escape too, and they were just like her. And that's what they told her. When she comes back into town,
it's hard to know what to call the.
when we hear Tabitha come back into town, before she comes back into town, it's Thomas on the phone who tells Ethan, your mom's coming in an ambulance. Go outside and get her. So if you have Thomas saying that to Ethan, we have to assume that the other voice that said that to Sarah was the exact same voice. Maybe not in Thomas' form, but they told him basically the same thing. Go outside, 2 cars are coming. Go outside, your mom's coming in an ambulance. He knew the mom was coming back in the ambulance. So therefore, he must be the one who is bringing these people into this place. And when he brought them in, what happened when we brought them in? You had the monsters go over to Boyd and said, you could take these keys, but we're going to keep Randall. They could easily just grab Boyd up, kill Boyd, ripped in there, killed Tabitha, killed all of them. But the man in yellow told them not to do it. They were sent there to do the message to get Randall and to let let Tabitha come back in.
Actually,
that whole thing up.
That is such a good point, because when I watched that, I was like, okay, that's a sign that there's maybe the Thomas's voice was like the boy in white who has equal but opposite powers of the man in yellow. And maybe this is a force of good. But you're right. Now that we've seen Thomas appear and we know it's the man in yellow. I think that's so true, because I was always wondering about them. Like, is this someone here to actually help them out, give them a heads up, make sure that Tabitha can come in and not get chomped by the monsters? But now we have to look at it all within the context of the man in yellow and his plan and what he wants. So I think that's a great point.
Just to add on to that, I also thought the same thing about the jukeboxes, that the jukeboxes might have been some other force trying to communicate with them in a different way. But tonight kind of showed that it's also part of the man in yellow's thing, because, or whatever's haunting Henry. I guess that's more of a sign of that it is something that the man in yellow's blood dream is fucking with him, because
and one of the first songs that they played on that was "We Got to Get Out of Here." All right, that was the song "We Got to Get Out of Here." And he's trapped. He wants out. He may want them to do everything, because in the end, to me, I believe that that tree, when they knock it down, is going to allow him to escape, and he wants them to knock the tree down. That's why the boy in white said, "Don't knock this tree down." I think it's the tree that's holding him there. And when he knocks that tree goes down, that's what's going to allow him to escape. So that's why he said, you're going to unleash the biggest chaos ever. It's not just going to be there. It's going to be out throughout the whole planet, because that's going to be able to get him out of there, free him from this prison that he's trapped in. And then he's going to be able to wreak havoc everywhere else. And that's why he's allowing them to do it. And that's what it goes down. So that's what I believe is going down here.
Yeah. I
think so. It's going to work. It's just not going to work in the way they thought it would work.
That's always the way here, right? Like it works somehow, but it has some unfortunate consequences that you couldn't fuck with. And my curiosity, or one of the curiosities, is what Tabitha does now. Does she go and try to stop all of this and be like, no, the yellow man wants this, you can't do this? Like, it's a poker play. Did he tell her that because he wants her to try to stop it, or did he tell her that because he wants her to say, you're on the right track, keep going, because I want to see what happens? Either way, Jade and Boyd and all of them are doing it. But maybe Tabitha fucks something up. Maybe Tabitha hurts the situation somehow and causes some problems. But who's conspicuous tonight in their absence? And I know she probably didn't fit into the plot. Again, she's somewhere smoking weed. But also with the finale of this season, is Julie's story walking not going to play into it? Or is they just going to come up with something for her to do in these next 2 episodes? Where will her story walking fit into the end part of the season, do you guys think?
I was confused by Julie's absence, because now it's been 2 episodes of her not story walking. She was talking donuts. She was talking to Elgin last episode. It's like, ever since that girl cut her hair and donned that awful wig, it's been truly downhill. I feel like she has to see her dad, or she has to see somebody. I truly, but I also thought Acosta was going to play a major role in some sort of discovery towards the latter part of the season. So I really don't know. I thought Julie would see Sophia, the OG Sophia, the man in yellow, something, but she's been easily kind of knocked off of her vibe, and she's just smoking.
Yeah, well, we've seen the OG Sophia when Miranda pulls up in the car. She's standing outside with the girl. I still think there's a chance that Acosta does find the picture of the OG.
Too, I'm hoping.
Her too. Also, I think she will find that. But when it comes down to Julie, yeah, we're definitely going to see it, because we have a casting for a colonial woman this season, and we have not seen the colonial woman yet, right? And that's in there. That's the casting. That's still in there as listed as colonial woman. And she's there for 1 episode, and we have not seen her in that episode. So I think it's a good chance that Julie goes back in time and sees the man in yellow and the colonial woman, and somehow that's going to be her mom and the man in yellow, and they're going to be together and stuff. A lot of this shit, a lot of things be happening in life over butthurt men, and I think that a lot of this could be that the man in yellow is butthurt over not getting his woman and stuff. I just can't get over the fact when he's like, you don't remember me yet. That's just not something like you're gonna say that if you just seen like Julie and them. He sees Julie is like, we got to stop running into each other like this. But he doesn't say, hey, you don't remember me. He purposely says, and he says, I missed you. I missed you. I really, and that's just like he's missed her. He's seen her the whole time and stuff, and watched her from afar. But he missed talking to her. Like, I missed you. When you say I missed you and you kiss in the hand and you don't remember me yet, to me, it sounds like there's something sexual that happened between them, or he wanted to happen between them. And I think that's where they're going to go with it when it's all said and done, with their character.
That's crazy. I don't agree with you, but I would love, like, that would be such a cool twist if that were the case. Like it's this like unrequited love, and that's a major force in it. I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not sure too, but I'm here for it if it happens. But
Yeah.
a love that did survive, or a love that does matter with Boyd. Boyd telling Christy about the Abby stuff and kind of finally admitting to her that he has problems. Christy, I love you. I keep defending this character, saying she's a main character, but she's so useless. She's like, Boyd, tell me everything. You need to tell me everything. Tells her everything. He asks for a fix. I really thought the scene was going to go differently. I thought it was going to be like she was going to give him some pills and he was going to take pills and be okay, but he's really going to like cost his life to survive through the situation. But no, she's like, oh, I can't really do anything. So why does he need to tell you, Christy? What's the point? You can't do shit. But one question people keep asking, and I'm asking it too. The one line that she says specifically when she says, are the tremors connected to the hallucinations? So could it be possible that Abby's trying to talk to him? If we're going back to the maybe something good is here. I interpreted the all the dead people thing differently. I think Cautry and Abby were trying to do what Cautry said later, like get Boyd to forgive himself for shooting Abby. And I think what Abby was trying to say in that scene with all the dead people, if you didn't kill me, I would have killed everyone you care about. Mm-hmm. So, in kind of telling him, forgive yourself, because you need to do this plan. You need to do the bones. You need to do the situation. So I guess a couple questions. Do you think Boyd really has Parkinson's this bad, or is something about this place causing his tremors and his hallucinations? And do you think that Abby thing was just another Man in Yellow thing, or could it be something different or something good, possibly? Gabby and Tony.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, the Parkinson's is hard. I think it might be psychosomatic. I don't really have a strong feeling on that either way. I do think Abby is trying to talk to him the same way Cautry is. Like, I think it's the same force, whether it is a projection, whether it's something part of the good parts of the town, the boy in white, whatever. But I think he has such a trigger point with Abby, and he hasn't gotten over it, that anytime he sees her, it freaks him out. Versus Cautry was his homie, like they're good. He didn't have a direct hand in the death, so he can have a full-on conversation with this dead man. So maybe it's the same, like, I'm thinking of speaking of sci-fi, I'm thinking of The Expanse, when like the proto-molecule talks to Holden as Miller, like blah, 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 nerd stuff. But it's like, it has to be in a way that you could, yeah, you get me, Phil. Like, it has to be in a way.
It's time thing.
Yeah. Okay, you got it. It has to be in a way that someone will understand, and a message that someone will be able to receive. So maybe it's like it's coming from the same entity or force, but he's just not able to receive Abby's message, or little hint here and there, because he's not over it, which is why that same force is saying, bro, you got to get over it. So I don't think it's a Man in Yellow thing, but I also do feel like whether it's a temporal collapse or something, like something is happening and it's accelerating something. It's making the boy in white age. It might be making Boyd's sensitivity to this place more intense, but I don't think he's having the same kind of visions that, let's say, Henry is having, unless it really is the latent blood poisoning that he got from the Martin, the guy in the cave. Yeah.
Yeah, when I look at the whole situation when dealing with Boyd and the visions, number one thing I see when we go back to the Man in Yellow with Tabitha, there was a picture on the van that Ethan had drawn, and they put them together. They put up Father Cautry, and then underneath him they put Sarah's brother underneath him. I don't know why Ethan would want to remember Sarah's brother. I can't see why that's someone he could have drawn. Nathan. He could have drawn a lot of people there, but they put him there. We know that Nathan is the cause of the bug monsters that came in there. Father Cautry, when I look at everything that he's done nothing positive in order to get Boyd to do what he wants to do. I haven't seen the positive aspect of him yet. He's trying to get Boyd to go into the tunnels, which is a stupid thing to do. It's a stupid plan. And anyone who listens to the plan would know it's stupid. But Father Khatri the one trying to convince him. Jade told Kenny, hey, when you go over there and convince Boyd, what did Kenny say? I'm not doing that. Not doing it. I'm not going to commit because it's a dumb plan. But here's Father Khatri. Oh, if people are going to die, this is your last stand. This is it. I think that, especially when I go into Interstellar, when they were dealing with the fourth dimensional being in Interstellar, it came into shape, and even in Contact, when it was dealing with Jodie Foster in Contact, and she was dealing with the alien, they came in forms that were most that they would accept. They came in bodies that they could actually see, and that was for them, makes them comfortable. Father Khatri is someone that would make him comfortable. So if someone's trying to feed him bad information, they're not going to do it in a bad looking person. They're going to do it in someone who makes them comfortable. And I think that's exactly what's going on here with Father Khatri. He's feeding him bad information. He always has been feeding him bad information. And he's doing this to get him to go down there into that tunnel, to rip up that tree, because I believe that tree is what's holding the man in yellow hostage here. And that's gone. That's it.
And that's like when the man in yellow wants that tree to pop up, because then he can kill the boy in white, or he can do something, or he gains some ability to leave that place and take over, or do some whatever. That's not important. But ultimately, that it's trying, everything in this place is trying to facilitate making that happen. Oh, we got our first phone call. This is from area code 631. 631, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment for the panel?
Hey, Phil. Hey, Tony. My name is Dakota. I'm from Long Island. Shout out to Nick.
Shout out to the Knicks, man.
Yes, I wanted to see if you guys have heard Taryn and Real's recent theory about
who?
Azazel.
Taryn and Real.
And the man in yellow. And
Taryn?
the reason I wanted to bring that up.
You said Taryn or Karen? Who did you say?
Taryn and Real.
All right, go ahead. No.
Yeah. And so I was looking into John Griffin, I believe one of the showrunners, and when he was talking about the inspiration for the Man in Yellow, he said he was witnessing a man, I don't remember where it was. It was a man in a yellow suit dancing on the street. And he described it as what looked like an angel trying out his body for the first time. And I instantly thought of Real's and Taryn's theory about Azazel, like a fallen angel type of thing. So I wanted to see if you had a chance to read that theory, or if there really credence to that theory at all.
You know, I'm aware of it. I would say I'm aware of it, the Azazel theory. I haven't given it too much thought of this being fallen angels in here. Me personally, and they know, and so I don't think this has anything to do with any angels or gods or anything like that whatsoever. I just think that this has to do with sci-fi. That's just the way I look at it. So that's the only thing. I think it's a good theory, but I just don't see it being that.
Yeah, I'm
gotcha.
I'm kind of with, except for the fact you could view an angel in a way as an extraterrestrial creature. If it's not like a real angel, like an angel, something coming from space that has angel-like theoretical abilities or something like that, some sort of a creature or some sort of something. I think the ideas behind what they're saying is right. I just don't think it's specifically like an actual angel.
Gotcha. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for the call. The phone lines are open. And Anna, thank you so much for your super chat. We really appreciate that 100%. What else are we talking? I'm sorry, I'm ordering food. I'm starving. I haven't eaten in 2 days. So what else we got? Someone call in right now.
Good timing. Area code 315. Welcome to the show, 315.
Not from Utica.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Tony. Hey, Gab. Okay, so I know for weeks I've been trying to say in the chat that I don't think the boy in white is evil. Mm-hmm. I think that he's good, because Sarah had said before that he's stuck there too. He wants to help, but he doesn't know how. So after today's episode, I think that Tabitha and Jay didn't just have a daughter, they had a son too. And the boy in white is him, but he survived. And their daughter died and became an Anakui kid. And when Tabitha was saying that she came back to save Victor, like it just dawned on her. I think they're looking for the wrong kid to save. They think they need to get the bones of the dead kids, but what are they going to do with them? They can't bring those kids back to life. I think maybe Victor getting out, or the boy in white's bones, because the boy in white hangs out at the lighthouse where Tony thinks the Lake of Tears is underneath. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's his bones that need to be set free, like the lonely dragon, who would be also the Victor, who would also be Ethan.
Yeah, I think that the bones are a hoax. I think the bones are Al Capone's vault. I'm sure a lot of you people, Gab probably does not get that Al Capone's vault because he's too young for that. But all you older people here, you understand what Al Capone's vault means. You know, so I think it's a situation like that. I just think it's a manipulation. I think Jay's been manipulated. His whole vision was manipulated. Everything about it was. And that is why it's going down, and that's what's be going down when it's all said and done. It's just a con. It's just conning these people to fall into this trap, and I think that's what's going on here.
Well, no, I agree with that, right? Because they're going to the wrong place. I think they need to be the Lake of Tears / near the lighthouse, wherever the boy in white is. Like, I don't know. That was like his area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think the boy in white is evil too. I don't trust the boy in white. The boy in white's not a boy. He's that grown-ass man that we see in the beginning in the From. We see him there, and he's dressed up as a boy. Again, we talked a little bit about just before Interstellar, how these creatures come in forms that make people feel comfortable. So him pretending to be a little boy to talk to Victor would be something that he would have to do. You know, but in the end, we've heard Sarah say he's not. I don't think he's a boy, so he's just masquerading. I don't know. I just know that every time I see Chris Hansen on TV and someone masquerades as something, Chris Hansen gets him arrested, and that's the way I look at him.
Now, why don't you take a walk in here, Sarah? We got to talk to you about something. So take a seat.
But in my theory, right, he would have lived his whole life there and died. Like Victor was on his way to. So he would have grown to be a man. But his ghost, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out as a child, because he would have been a perpetual child that never actually grew up like Victor is.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like Victor though. Like he's not acting like a perpetual child. He's acting, when he talks very grown up-ish. When he says, he talks in riddles though, you know, but he talks pretty much grown up-ish and stuff. I just think he's evil, and that's it, or a manifestation of Victor's memory. It's one or the other.
You guys were the ones who made me think that the boy in white might not be good. I think the last time we had a conversation, I was fully boy in white is good. He's the angel. Man in yellow is the devil. So I'm curious, do you guys think there are any forces for good helping move things along in this world, or is it just evil entities in different forms?
I personally, and thank you for the call, caller. I personally think the good forces, I'm starting to think now the good forces are just the souls that haven't left there yet.
Okay.
Like the people that are still alive, whose energy is there. But even that, as Tony was saying, if that's Cautry, he hasn't been very helpful other than to tell shit talk Boyd from the grave. So Tony, how about you? What do you think?
And I just don't think there is. No, I don't think there's any helpful anything in there trying to help them get out. Unless there's two people. Like, so the way Sarah talked about the voices talking was different voices talking to her. Right? It's not just one voice talking to her. It's different voices. Now, if you want to say it's all the man in yellow, she specifically does say, though, that they said that they're trapped here, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be multiple people. There could be multiple people like the man in yellow who are all trapped there and they want to go home and he's the only one there because they're experimenting on him. Or I'm thinking that it could be the monsters. The monsters could be talking to her, because when they seem to be hive-minded when they're awake, and that's when they're controlled. But what if when they're sleeping, they're able to then talk to Sarah while they're asleep? Because usually when Sarah gets these voices talking to her, it's mostly in the daytime. Now, we've seen Sophia talk to her, so we know that one of the voices is definitely that. We just went through that the two cars that told her to go outside. That was definitely the man in yellow, but it could be another voice in there also. that's talking to her, that's trapped too, and it could be the monsters. She said that they're just like us. The monsters were just like them, and they're trapped here too. And they probably have been doing this for eternity. And sometimes when you get to that point, you just want to die and be let go. And that could be their trapping. They just their home may be this death, just to stop living this lifestyle in this way. So it could be the monsters.
And I do think for some reason the boy in white and the man in yellow are opposing forces, but I do think they're still both antagonists. I mean, I've said from the beginning the boy in white's evil, but now I do feel like him and the man in yellow aren't the same entity, and they have opposing viewpoints. The man in yellow wants the tree gone, and the boy in white doesn't. And one thing, Tony, we've talked a little bit about the flood and stuff like that. I think it's interesting the terminology that Jade used, and I don't think this is going to happen. I'm trying to manifest this into existence. That if we pop a cork, like the tree popping up. So you could pop the cork, and then what if water starts shooting out and starts flooding?
Do you know how hard it is to move a fucking tree, bro?
They can't do that.
That's not an easy task.
They have Randall. Wait, you're missing that they have Randall in the winch.
Yeah, I don't give it. I don't care. I make winches. You know how hard it is to bring. Number one, why do you have to knock the tree down? If it's directly under the tree, why don't you just go a little bit to the right and go down? The chamber's big as fuck.
Yeah, why don't you dig? I thought they were.
Yeah, it's a big ass chamber. Why don't you just dig a hole to the right of the tree?
Tabitha did it in her damn basement. You can't get the whole team out there with shovels.
Dig a hole next to the tree. You don't have to rip the tree up to get down there. I just don't understand. When a tree is stuck, number one, to rip a tree up is hard. To rip a roots out of a tree or the stump, you know how much it costs to get somebody to come to your house to remove a stump? That's an expensive job because it's hard to do.
It takes them like a week sometimes to do it. It's not like a one-day job.
No, it's hard to move that, man. It's hard
my,
to get
my buddy is a tree worker. Like I know how that shit takes fucking ever, dude. Takes for fucking ever.
I just don't get it. I just think they should just dig a hole right next to it and then go down the hole.
To your point, Tony, usually they don't even take out, they just shave it down so low. That's why if you're walking in some neighborhood, you just see the very base of a tree because they can't even pull the root out. It's too much. And Jade's like, yeah, you just put the car. Yeah, with all these cars and the lack of gas that they have and these tires have been popped, they have one car. Which car are they gonna do? They have a Mack truck. Is this like the movie Maximum Overdrive, where they have like all the giant, like their truck stop I don't know about, where they're gonna get like a bunch of 4x4s? They're gonna try to use the ambulance. Like what car are they gonna actually use for this?
You would have to chop that tree with an axe all the way down, just about. And if you use the car to pull the tree, it's coming down the way you're pulling. It's gonna collapse on the car, and you're going to die.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Titanic.
It's just not. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. The plan is stupid. And Boyd knows it's stupid, but he's allowing Jay to talk him into it. And Father Coxry.
Because Ghost Coxry said it. He said to get over it.
Yeah, because originally Boyd said landscaping isn't a fucking strategy or whatever his direct quote was, which was hilarious.
Great line, yeah. But no, landscaping isn't a fucking plan.
100%.
Oh yeah, there you go.
100%. Crick 152, thank you for the super chat. It says, "Hi everyone. What do you think the boy in white's rule number 3 was to Victor? We never got to hear him." I have to think about that. I'll let y'all handle real quick.
Whatever his rules were, they were stupid. What was it? The first one was eat lots of peaches,
and don't be too lonely or something.
Yeah,
like
talk to pillows.
Yeah, talk to your pillow.
Yeah, talk to your pillow. Be like Tom Hanks on that the movie Castaway and go, well said. Area code 516. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
How you doing? My name is Sean, and I'm calling from New York. Let's go Knicks, Tony.
He walked away, but I'm sure he can hear you in spirit.
All right. I just want to say, basically, I think that Kotri is, he hasn't given us any new information. So I think when Boyd sees Kotri, that he's seeing his own thoughts. I don't think that he's like a ghost or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I think it's just his mind, like feeding off of himself, if that makes sense. And I also wanted to know what he thinks about Fatima and her, changing into a monster, and what he sees for that outcome.
Tony, did you hear this gentleman's question?
I did not hear his question.
he wants to know what you think about Fatima and if she's turning into a monster, and he also wants you to celebrate the Knicks with him for a second.
Your 100% celebration to the Knicks for the next 50 years. We'll celebrate this goddamn channel. That's the way it's going. We had to wait 50. We're gonna celebrate for 50 years. No, I think she's turning into a monster, but I think that she has a chance to do something before she turns fully. And I think that, when I look at, I'm giving away a lot of my video that's coming out tomorrow, but I don't care. I'll still put it out tomorrow. I think that in the end, to kill the man in yellow, the monsters will be the ones who do it. I think that when we look at how Jade is always killed by the town people that he trusted and everything, I think it's going to be to the point where the man in yellow trusts the monsters that he's in control of them and get killed by his own type of creation, like a Frankenstein monster type situation, because he can't hurt them. They have no blood. They have nothing. His claws won't work on them like they work on humans. They could just bum rush him, grab him up, and rip him apart. And I think that's how it's going to end, because he says he likes to see the town tear itself apart. I think he's going to get tore apart by the monsters, with Fatima controlling them and getting them to do that.
Ooh, that's a good way. It's like basically leading Smiley and leading them in a certain direction to rip apart Sophia or something like that. And that's how Sophia ends up going down.
Yeah, that's what I think. So.
I like that.
She
Here comes the golem.
The golems are like that. Like they get too powerful and they end up turning on their creator.
Yep. There's a couple of really good stories. Like I like that a lot. And caller, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
And what was the other thing was about the ghost Khatri, but I forgot what he was saying about ghost Khatri, but he also made a good sense there too.
We have over 390 people in the building right now. Make sure you hit your thumbs up for your boys and your girl, and you subscribe to the Melissa. I'm going to say your name wrong. I always do. Miscellaneous Gabby's channel. Someone please put it in there in the chat so people can go over there and subscribe. She does great content, and she's down with us. I mean, that's good enough reason right there to subscribe.
Should we get into recapping this thing? Get to the scene by scene thing here.
It's 9 o'clock. Might as well recap.
Okay, so we'll 812 if you want to call right back right now, because I saw you trying to get in. We'll take your call and then we'll get into the recap. If not, call back in a little bit. But 812, I'll give you a few seconds as we get into this. I'm jumping around. I'm crazy. It's fucking 90 degrees in here. I'm not fucking jumping around. So clean up Dead Roger. We open up right where we left off on Dead Roger's.
People are asking a question. Who is this beautiful lady in the live? Aww. We have just told you who it was. It is Gabby. All right. Her name is Gabs, and she's Melissa. Miscellaneous Gabs. That's a rough one for me to say.
I need to change the name. I'm hearing, like, I've heard from people when they go to type it in their TV, it's too much. So I might need a name change at some point. It's a mouthful.
It is. It really is. I have trouble saying.
Here we go. Area code 812. 812. So sorry, I want to get to you before the recap. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
I'm sorry, I don't give out my name, but how are y'all doing?
It's you. It's
you say glue guns.
I don't know the number. I don't know her number.
Say it's glue guns.
I'm not creepy. I don't know her number by heart.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Megan. Hey y'all. Hey, how you doing? Well, first, if somebody's already had this theory, let me know. And if somebody hasn't had this theory, I'm probably wrong. But let me tell you, I think I have this figured out again. I'm back again, and I do have it figured out. So, Boyd's ring that we were talking about earlier when it fell down the steps, he didn't know where it was. Mm-hmm. Recently, when I was sick a few weeks ago, I did a whole watch through. I think that Abby shows up certain times when it is, or I'm not sure about Abby, but I think when Julie story walks is when time gets funny. Jim came back when Julie story walked, and I realized it was the night that he looked the same. Okay. And I do think somebody has mentioned this, but I didn't realize it. It's the night that Randall tried to kill Donnie, had her tied to the tree, and then Boyd, Jim, and Donna had to stay the night in the RV. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? No.
So wait, let's say it again. Let's say this again.
Yeah.
Boyd tried to. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. I need to realize you're not in my head. Okay, the night that Boyd and Donna and Jim had to stay in the RV because Randall tied Donna to a tree.
Yeah, when he like held her by gunpoint.
They didn't stay all night.
Okay. That night is what Jim was when he showed up to Ethan. And that's also the same night that Julie story walked. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Following you.
So when that happened, I think Jim was pushed forward to the future to see Ethan. That's why he was kind of confused and he was looking around maybe, or his soul was, maybe not that exact Jim, but his soul of that period of time, if that makes any sense, was pushed forward. The ring fell on the steps when Julie was also story walking.
Yep.
So that must have been, I think that was some type of time thing, whether in the future or the past, Boyd had dropped the ring and it fell down the steps, or Abby, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is a side effect of Julie story walking, and who knows when else Julie story walked, you know? Oh, and when she went into the dungeon with Martin, I think that was also.
I like how you paused before you said dungeon. You're like, when I went to the dungeon.
Well, I couldn't think what it was called. I actually drew a blank. Sorry, English is my first language. But I think something probably happened then. We just haven't seen it yet. Anyways, that's how I have it figured out. And actually, Aliens are doing this behind the scenes. So what do you guys think?
I agree with everything you say. Because aliens are doing it.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Also, last thing I'm going to say, I think the crows are actually helpful. They're warnings. Every time we see them, it's a warning that something's about to happen, even from the first time. And I just changed my mind to that recently. Do y'all think the crows could be a warning and not evil?
You know, if there's going to be a good force in here, I would say it's the crows.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they're a good force. It just might be a warning. Like, you know, like when a dog growls at you, they're warning you, like, don't come close.
I think the crows are the dead people.
You know what? That's crazy. That could be true. Because didn't Sophia kind of looked, and maybe Sophia looked odd because, like she said, Jade and Tabitha are getting closer to things they've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
But she did seem surprised or shocked or scared at the crows at her daddy's funeral.
Yeah, they were hovering,
you know?
and they were like standing in front of her, like this one caused my death. This one. Like they were almost barking at her. Like we were.
You know what? I think I like that theory. Yep, they're the dead people. Okay, that's all I got, boys. And sorry, and Gabriella, is that your name? I'm bad at Gabriella.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Gabrielle.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Glue Guns and Roses. Great Glue Guns and Roses right there. All right. Y'all do the recap. My stuff has arrived. I'm going to eat this as fast as possible and come back so you can just pull me off and just put y'all on.
No worries.
Sorry, I just haven't eaten in 2 days and I've been drinking a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Get you some fuel.
Exactly. He's been dealing with a championship here. Okay, so we clean up with Dead Roger. We open up right where we left off on Dead Roger, and Acosta and Donna are like, "Is he really dead?" You pointed out in your video, it was gross. It was a gross opening shot, Gab. Looking at this dude's face.
Yeah, it's nasty. The closer up you get, it's like the teeth and the lips. It's rough. It's a rough opening scene.
Yeah, this is a dead like douchebag that just won't go away. The dead red shirt that just won't like. And I think it was hilarious. The is he really dead? I almost expected her to kick the body, or you know, like, is he really dead? And Donna, as you mentioned as well. And if you haven't already yet, definitely watch Gab's video breakdown of this episode. Very fun. She has a good time, good sense of humor, breaking it down as well. And Donna being back is really awesome, right? It's good to see her back kicking ass.
Yeah, we need her. I know everyone thought she was going to die out at the Lake of Tears, but I think we need Donna. Like Donna helps maintain the homeostasis of whatever's going on in this town.
For sure. Okay, so Boyd comes back and they tell Boyd basically what's going on, and he says that, and they tell him that Elgin saved the day, and he's surprised. He says, "Wait, Elgin?" So the note that I put there, when he mentions Elgin, I think that just means he's going to come to Elgin at some point in the plan and go, "You really want to make good? You want to make good in the situation and get him to go?" Or I think Elgin might be one of the people that ends up getting sacrificed or dies in all of this because he's sort of a hanger-on kind of character. I don't want to say that because I like the actor, but he's I don't think his character is long for the world. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen to Elgin by the end?
I from the moment that Elgin had his little episode and seizure on the bus ride in, I'm like, I need to know what is up with Elgin. In the same way I need to know why it was Mari, Randall, and Sarah that are in the cave. Maybe it's just random, maybe it's something else, but I do feel like I want to think that Elgin has more and more purpose. And you're right, the last interaction between Boyd and Elgin has not been good. Like, that's some of the nastiest and meanest we've ever seen Boyd. And I said this in my video. I'm like, can we get an honorific moment for Elgin and Kenny, like these two brave men that have saved us on a night of terror in order to kind of balance out all the horror and the tension? I really don't know what's up with Elgin. I hate to say it, but I feel like if he just goes down and sacrifices himself, I could totally see that, because I don't think he's doing much now. But I'll almost feel a little disappointed in why him. He came in as this like chosen one, or this one with heightened sensitivity to the town's powers. And I feel like part of me needs to know why.
Yeah, and it makes sense too as well. Like these bus people, if all the bus people sort of end up being some of our sacrifices and stuff like that, and they're the people that go down. If like Randall and Elgin go down there, and Marielle forces herself down there too, and they're all the ones that go. It's like the bus thing was almost for naught. Huge thank you to our good buddy Edward for the $5 super chat. It means more than you know, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get back into this. Someone in the background's freaking out. Again, we're getting a lot of red shirt freaking out in the background, and I'm whatever about that. I was like, oh, shut up, people in the background. Who really cares about you? And Sophia comes out. Oh, this is what we didn't talk about in the intro that I wanted to talk about with you, because you mentioned something about this too. No one notices anything about this damn Sophia, who's the most conspicuous evil person in the world. She's literally sniffing her own like farts of excitement. You know, like she's like, I did really good. You know, like no one's watching this girl. You pointed this out. Like no one notices this girl's hijinks.
She is doing too much. She is doing absolutely too much. And if these people were like good detectives, or even not even good detectives, but seasoned townspeople, like if Donna's been there some of the longest, you'd think there would be some sort of element of pattern recognition to like, hey, normally when people come, they go through these stages of grief and they're kind of quiet and then they're kind of weird. Never have I ever seen someone that's right the fuck in the middle of everything going on and is sneaking around asking too many questions. This good little, and creeping people out. Yeah, like, hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? It's too much. I need them to be a little more discerning. Yeah. I'm so shocked. They need to unmask her. I do think and hope Sophia is a one season wonder, and she's been fantastic. Julia Doyle, amazing. I love every scene she's in, but I need other people to start catching on. I need her downfall to happen in this season.
Enough is enough. And especially the scene with Boyd, and we'll get to it, when she's just like, so Boyd, did it work? Well, did what work?
He's like, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, do what? What?
Great detective, Sheriff. I mean, like, not in that moment, something dings in you. Like, why is she asking about this? And why is she still wearing the same damn clothes? I don't know. It would just, whatever.
And Boyd I said this in my recap, but Boyd lets too much go. Really, like, I know he's trying to keep it cool as a cucumber and not alert the people that he's incompetent, but it's like, man, you want to talk about your army plans and no way out. Maybe talk about how weird people behave when they're trying to figure out what's going on, or that you should get some help if hands are coming out of the ground trying to pull you under. So yeah, I need Boyd to be a little more real right now.
Maybe learn what clandestine is, Boyd. I mean, if you're in the army, you know, undercover missions, but whatever. So Boyd, Ellis comes down, asks him to come upstairs, asks Donna as well. And Acosta asks what to do with the body. And I'm ultimately quote you here. I'm sorry. Well, what do you think you could do? Burn the fucking thing. Like, why haven't we burned this thing yet? Why is it not burned yet? Get that thing in the fire. Whatever.
I'm like, does any movies or TV exist in this world before they came into Fromville to think like if a corpse has ever been reanimated under any circumstances, the only way is burning. I mean, maybe these people don't exist in the same universe as Game of Thrones, but come on.
Maybe, but still, I'm pretty sure it's basic. You burn things you don't trust. I have heard Martin the Rock. Victor gave Ethan his key. Very possible. I think that was definitely a very conspicuous rock that they paid a little bit of extra attention to. Maybe it will be his something else or his thimble. If we go like Peter Pan, my thimble or some shit like that. But maybe
I missed that completely. I did not note that at all. So thank you. That's news to me.
Good job, Edward Martin, as always. Yes, cell phones clearly don't just have the cameras as well. Yeah, I mean, these phones, the signals don't work, but they could take pictures of things, and they don't take pictures of things. That is a very good point there. Okay, so burn the fucking body. Fatima tells about her Smiley control powers. Fatima tells Kenny about the Smiley things in the Kenny situation. I saw Kenny. No, I was seeing through Smiley's eyes, and I know the reason, and I'm the reason he didn't die. Ellis says there's more. Show her the belly situation, and yeah, I don't want to get too much into that. You mentioned it in the intro part. It's just it's a horrible looking situation. There's nothing. That's the most disgusting situation since Mike the Situation. It's just you look at that. It's not good. Sorry, I'm not funny. Winter Ellis.
Girl.
Still a loser. Oh, Winter. Yeah, I love how you donated to say that Ellis is a loser. People that are listening to the audio cast.
I think the only thing that has combined this fandom, and sorry to interrupt you, but it's a hatred of Ellis. Like I truly think like I see that people in my comments sometimes have big feelings about things, and people get upset and people get angry and people say mean things. But if there is one thing I've never heard anyone say, it's, you know what, guys, Ellis is my favorite character. Like, it's uniting the fandom.
No one's saying that. No one's saying that they like Julie's new haircut. Those are the two things that unite pretty much the entire fandom. Those Julie's hair memes. It's like the one piece of AI. People are like, I accept this. It's okay. This is finally the good use of this fucking slop. Okay, so Kenny, Smiley's eyes. Ellis says, show him more. So then we get to Tabitha and Ethan. And if there was any part of this episode that I said this earlier, that if there's any part of this episode that gives fuel to the haters of it, for me personally, the Tabitha and Ethan stuff, I do think there was some stuff within there that might end up being strong, but it could have been streamlined a little bit, but whatever. He's drawing dead people because the pictures remember, so he doesn't forget. Ethan wants to be prepared and Tabitha wants to help. I mean, there's not much else to say about that particular scene.
Except, why was Victor drawing with the teeth is my question.
Oh, yeah.
Because Victor is deep in a drawing when they come over. He has 2 teeth on the drawing and the sack of teeth is right nearby. Why are the teeth there?
I didn't even.
Yeah, he has 2 teeth on his drawing, fresh out of the sack of teeth. And then he hears a knock at the door. He takes the teeth, puts it in, kind of folds it over. What is going on with the teeth? And Victor, that freaked me out. Like, get human teeth away from me under any circumstances.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. Yeah, I don't care if they hold ink well. Like I don't tell me.
Are you tracing them or using them as erasers? What's going on?
Yeah, or are you trying to be inspired by the goddamn teeth? That's gross, Victor. Victor, that's bad, Victor. I'm going to be Tabitha now. Victor, no. Stop, Victor. Stop. Bad Victor. She totally melted right into mother role in this episode. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about them in a second, but that I didn't even notice that. Great point, Gabby. Ellis talks to Fatima downstairs. He's going to head with her because he is to his Christie situation. We go off to Kenny and Boyd and Jade showing him his model about the tunnels. Boyd shits on everything. Jade's like, listen, I work really hard on this. And Boyd's like, fuck you. It's not a science fair. Like I don't give a shit about your damn model. And he's like, turns into Doc Brown. He's like, well, I built it to scale, Marty. I don't give a shit if you built it to scale. Go fuck your shit. And yes, Exotic, this is fair. Ellis is a good-looking gentleman. So
it's fair. Yeah, I'll give him that. That's fair.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with the way Ellis looks. He's there for some candy. It's cool. If his character sucks ass, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I don't think he sucks ass. I just think the writing gives him a lot of difficult moments to be the voice of, like, opposition to the thing going on in the scene. He often gets the moment of being the guy that's going to say, that's not going to work. We can't do this. And that's an unthinkable role for an actor. You know, it's like trying to play a drum.
I agree.
It's like, you just can't, you can only do it so much.
Yeah, like who is Ellis at this point? You know, I don't know who I would say. At the beginning, he had a chip on his shoulder. He lived in the colony house. He was mad at his dad for killing his mom. You can't be that mad because it was to save your life. So there was tension and turmoil, and then he found love. And then I don't know. There hasn't been much going on with him from a character's perspective in a couple seasons.
I guess he also painted, Gabby. You know, that's important.
That is fair.
He painted, you know.
With no technology, the people who can paint are like the bards, right? They're painting pictures, paintings, everything. Like that is how the From Bible history will get written.
Yeah, the stories are being written in the pictures. So we go off to the whole model situation, Tony. We're in this scene where Jade's showing off his model and Boyd's shitting on everything. Jade says it's not a science fair, or not a science fair. Jade made some plans on a scale of simple to danger. Boyd looks at all these tunnels and says, we don't have a fucking plan. We have a turkey shoot here. We're stuck in fish in a barrel, and how many other weird metaphors can I throw out here? We're fucked. You're a genius. Come up with something better. And Jade says, maybe I'll build a hot air balloon. And right now, someone's making a theory video about how this is all going to end with a hot air balloon. But that's beside the point. But and Boyd says, great idea. Make the hot air balloon. Fuck you. So yeah, this was an interesting scene. Boyd is. I like that he's calling Jade out on all this bullshit. I think Jade is too results oriented without thinking about the fact that and Kenny calls him on it later, that he's not going to actually be one of the persons that actually does it. So it's easy for him to say, oh yeah, everyone do this. You do over here. You can do the situation. Boyd actually is thinking about people's survival. And this goes to what you were saying, Tony, with the Cautry thing, where the Cautry thing talked him out of how to protect people. It's like, no. You just have to, if you're making an omelet, you got to crack some eggs. People have to die. You got to shift wartime, not saving people time. But Boyd thinks about saving people, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's a little off on it. And I would say, you know, Jade said this is not a science fair, but it is a science fair. Again, we have seen the World Fair stickers on the suitcase. The World Fair stickers that were on that suitcase was about future technology and how human beings will how human beings will engage in future technology and how they'll be able to contact aliens. When they showed the viewfinder made its debut at a World's Fair. And that World's Fair, when it made its debut was for how human beings are going to be able to live in augmented realities. And that's what that was supposed to represent. So when I hear him say that, I think he's missing the point that that's exactly what is going on here. It is a science fair. You're muted.
Yeah, no, I think there also could be just a lot of hints. I think sometimes in the scenes in this show that seem like they're nothing in the moment end up being the ones that reward you with the most information. And Gabby, you were kind of hinting at that in your overall video about how this episode on the surface, I think a couple of episodes ago, the one people were complaining about was more of a filler episode with not a lot happening. I think this one really kind of helped like lather the plot, like the gears a lot, and gave you a lot of answers and little lessons along the way. Yeah.
I don't really think this was filler at all. And I mean, I love Jade. Like Jade is probably my favorite character, if not one of the favorite characters of mine. But Jade is still like a spoiled tech bro genius brat. Like when he came in, he was so convinced that the town was some joke and some like Westworld style thing for his enjoyment and pleasure. And so if he truly is some software tech startup hotshot, of course he's going to look at people's lives like, you know, chess pieces or checkers on the board. And so I actually really liked the thing between him and Boyd and Kenny kind of playing this intermediary, telling Boyd like, look, he has ideas, but also kind of humbling Jade a bit. And I feel like this taught us a lot about Jade. I feel like it's taught us a lot about what's to come. And, you know, I talk about this in my video, but the idea of heavy is the head, the title of the episode, like Boyd has an incredibly hard decision to make. It's really easy to kill people when you're playing Sims or Roller Coaster Tycoon or whatever, but it's really hard to make the call on someone's life in real life and deal with the consequences of, and Boyd will be dealing with those consequences if he's the one who okays and greenlights this plan.
And also when you deal with that whole situation, Kenny says to him straight up, "Are you going to be down in them tunnels?" And Jay's, you see, he plan on going down there himself, right? I'm staying up here. What do you mean, me in the tunnel? Why?
Yeah, totally.
Jade is a draft dodger. He is dodging the draft anytime it comes around.
Like, why would it be? This is your plan. You've seen the vision. You know where it's at. You've been in the chamber, but you don't want to go.
Why would I go? Oh, no.
That just shows you what type of person.
I'm going to take more mushrooms and hang out here in think tank. I'm going to get me a walkie-talkie. I'll call the whole thing. I'll like tell everyone what to do at the right time. Okay, so Kenny comes out and says, "Boyd, you didn't listen to him." And he goes, "I don't want to listen to that asshole. I'm not going to listen to fucking that." He says, "Never go into a hostile place without a second exit." I kind of agree with that. Let's go down and recon again if we missed something. And it interrupts with 2 gunshots. Kenny didn't hear it, and he takes off to the clinic to meet Fatima Nellis. I mean, we can talk about this here, but this gets more important later with the Abby situation. So we'll move on from this scene right here, unless anyone has anything specific to say about it. Henry goes to the diner. Bacta getting some screen time at the end, having to fill the contract. They're giving her a couple of walk-on parts here and there. About to look in. They're all looking for info on the yellow suit guy. He needs something. Henry needs something to do. He's been drinking too much. No shit, Sherlock. He asks for a job, and then the Joni Mitchell shit starts playing on the radio, and he has the same song stuck in his car. We get the flashback to the reminder of that because they want
Joni Mitchell. That song and that album Blue was her transfer from folk music over to political music.
Yep.
Like she moved over to that, and that song Blue is about her dealing with a guy who's addicted to heroin at the time. And she talks about that going into singing. She says that her songs are like tattoos that you carry you carry the weight of the songs and the feelings underneath your skin, and they're with you forever. And that's why she was doing it. So when we deal with Henry and his addiction to alcohol, that got him. I think that's where it draws a parallel.
Nice. The next scene is we get the burning body, the red shirts, whatever. What's this red shirt? This other red shirt that we keep having to hear from here. The girl with her face burned off. And this is interesting that we had this scene where Sophia, and I think this clicks into what I think all of us kind of think, that Sophia wants the bones. They only did this scene to have Sophia say to face burn off girl, "I hope Boyd is successful or I hope they're successful in their plan in finding the bones." Why would she randomly say that unless she actually wants it? What's the point? There's nothing to gain from saying it. It's just so we can know that Sophia really actually wants this to happen. This, like, the Man in Yellow's plan is fulfilled or is tickled pink with the idea of them finding these bones somehow. And he also smiles, or Sophia, I keep saying he, smiles and waves at Ethan really creepy. Like, "Hi, Ethan." Like, Ethan walks by. Hi.
Well, that's no different than the Boy in White did to Ethan when he first met him.
Dude, very great call, dude. Very similar to the Boy in White.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was surprised that Sophia didn't. I've gone really back and forth with what I think about the Man in Yellow. At first, I thought he was a strategist, and then more just like a crazy kind of Joker-like entity where like chaos reigns. But I was very surprised when the face burn woman, whose name I can't recall either, is like, "It didn't used to be like this." That would be a really perfect time for Sophia to be like, when exactly did it change? Was it when the Matthews family and Jade arrived? Because I've heard that from someone else. Like, weird how that works. So it's almost like it's less about sowing discontent now and more about furthering a plan, like you said.
Thank you for saying that, because there's a couple things, and I think this should be a show we do after the season anyway. Things that we thought were going to happen that didn't end up happening, like Boyd losing control of the town. I don't think that's going to happen. Like before, the convinced, oh yeah, Costa was going to take a power thing or whatever.
He still may. I mean, if this goes to shit as it's going to, it's not going to go well. That may be the last straw.
But it might not happen until next season.
Depending on who's in that tunnel and who dies, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, where they say, fuck you, boy. They may not do nothing to him, but they may hold him up while they go do what they got to do to Jade and Tabitha.
Yep.
And try to get Ethan or something else like that, or Julie.
It's going to be next season, though, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but it's going to be at the beginning of next season. But maybe they all die, and it's going to be a moot point. It definitely still could happen, but it's interesting, all the little things that we thought were going to happen this season that ended up not happening or happening in different ways. And I think when Sophia showed up and ended up in that body, I think me personally and some other folks and other people thought that a big part of it was going to be like sowing discontent, talking a whisper campaign or something like that. And it hasn't been that. That's not her mission. Instead, she's very obviously walking into people's houses and stealing shit and doing a lot of fucking sketchy shit.
And Say Chickadee says it's been way too many mentions for all those bones not to matter. I don't know if they actually matter or if it's just a plot device, for to get them to believe that they matter in order for them to do what the man in yellow wants him to do, and that is to rip the tree down to make him be able to escape. Glue Guns and Roses, thank you for the super chat, says, the more I think about it, Fatima is the one who needs to go in the tunnels. She set this up by telling Ellis, I need to do something. I agree. I think Fatima does need to go in the tunnels instead of Acosta. I don't see the reason for Acosta going in the tunnels. She should stay back. There's no need for her to be down there. It should be Fatima. If anyone's going to get it, let her get it, because she's already dead anyway. And From Downtown says, remember back in season 3 when Boyd was talking about catching a monster, and remember who he told he wanted to catch the monster after Kenny mom's funeral? Well, that won't be too hard to do now. Just put a talisman on Ellis's door.
Okay, and so Tabitha comes to shame Victor. Tabitha comes into Victor's room and tells Ethan. And I didn't notice this, as Gabby was saying in this scene, that Victor was drawing with the teeth or had like the teeth on him. I totally missed that.
Yeah, he had the teeth on the. He had Saggy stone the teeth on the thing down like he's playing dominoes with him or something.
Yeah, I missed that because I was like,
teeth are bones, right? Maybe the teeth are the bones they need. The teeth are bones. All right, that's what it's made of. That's considered a bone, a tooth, right? So maybe that's what it's supposed to be, the kid's bone. Maybe his kid's teeth are in there.
Certainly possible. And there might be some connection with Eloise and Julie and me and Victor and blah, blah, blah. Basically, yada, yada, yada. Ethan's going to go and train with Victor and learn the important things on how to survive on this island.
And Victor, he was drawing another picture of the man in yellow eating somebody. Like, where'd that memory come from? Like all of a sudden he's getting all these memories of the man. That's what I don't understand. Like that's why I know you can't trust anything that comes out of Victor's mouth. Victor comes out there. He comes out there. He says he's down there from the massacre. When he comes out from the massacre, the boy in white is in there fucking playing hopscotch, do all the dead bodies. Then jumps on the merry-go-round that he's going and smiles and waves at him in there. And then all of a sudden, from what he sees the man in yellow eating his mother, but he didn't see the man in yellow actually do the massacre or who did the massacre. He blamed Christopher for the massacre. Knew that wasn't the case. So what is it? Who was it? Who killed everybody? And what did he actually see? And what does he know?
I don't know, but all I have to say is it's a testament to the actor that normal Victor in Henry's vision is like so different, because I've always been, people ask me in my comments, they're like, why do you hate Victor? I don't hate Victor. I'm unsettled by him. He is an unsettling presence. But normal Victor in the hospital room is like chill. Like I feel like he's a totally different guy, which I mean Scott McCord or whatever his name is does a fantastic job there.
Yeah, douchebag yuppie Victor does a good job. And I also like how they subtly cut Victor in From World's hair so he could play the part of like cleaned up Victor in believable.
Yeah.
Like they made his hair a little shorter so it's believable, a little less bushy. I noticed it in this episode when they were bouncing back and forth in Fromville. People always talk about the hair stuff with like Christy or Julie, but I noticed it with Victor tonight too. They gave Victor
Father Cautry's got an ill haircut. He's got the best haircut of everybody in there coming back.
he's a ghost or whatever. You can imagine.
He got a fade on the side and shit. His back of his neck is cleaned up nice and everything else. I mean, Father Koshy's got the best haircut of everybody in this.
He's looking slick, Tony. He is looking slick. So not looking slick. We go off to the medical test. This is hard. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm horrible. And it's no physical damage as Ellis. People hate on Ellis. This is my like I liked Ellis in this scene to a point. Like when he's like, I like the first shit talk line. When Christy's like, yeah, well, I don't see anything. And he's like, well, all due respect, would you fucking see anything? You didn't see the fucking smiley baby in my fucking girl's womb before. So what the fuck? You might not see that. And Christy's like, yeah, fair. You know, like that's a fair criticism. And then it goes through the whole situation back and forth about Christy's like, yeah, in this place, you never know what could happen. So I can't really tell you what the hell's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then then Marielle is like, well, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it was you stopped Kenny from dying. Maybe it's a temporary side effect from you having like superpowers to be able to actually help people. Let's focus on the good. And it really pisses Ellis off. Ellis is like, what the fuck? Fuck you say? And like really gets pissed off, screams, or it gets heavy. And Christy's like, dude, we need to calm down, you know, calm down the situation for a second. So what did you guys think of this scene?
I think Ellis is trying so hard to be useful and a protective husband in a world where he is so out of his depth. So that's mostly what I got from Ellis is like, this is a happy new family. This is Boyd's new daughter-in-law, Ellis's new wife. It's like, I know you don't truly know someone before you marry them, but this is like the very, very extreme of kind of what you get yourself into.
Yeah, you know, it's like Ellis, this is the same guy who's in love with this chick so much, but he didn't mind her kissing up on another chick in the place and everything when they were up in there, when Julie was trying to want to make out with Fatima. He didn't care about that. I can't have any love for any man who watches a man die and then runs out of the house when Roger is getting killed. And not only does he run out the house, he shuts the door behind him.
He went full Shane from The Walking
Dead. There's no need to shut the door, bro. Like out of everything, you're going to run out, just run out. But no, he ran out and took time to shut the door behind him and then kept running away while Roger was getting killed. So I got no love for him. That's it. It's a done deal. No matter what you do, it's not going to work for me, bro. Because you shut the door. You should have never shut the door.
Yeah, I am with you.
If you're scared, right? If you're scared of something, and I haven't been scared that many times in my life. Honestly, I'm a Capricorn. We just don't get scared. But I would think that you just run, right? You're running. You are physically conscious enough to turn around and shut. Like if you got to run out your house, you're running out the house and you're going to keep going when you have it straight away, right? That's just the way it's going to be. You're not going to just run out and then say, let me close the door behind me while you run out if you're that afraid. So he knew what the fuck he was doing. I can't say give him the fear pass on this one. You know what I mean? The door, once you shut the door, that was the end of it for me.
As the marvelous Carla says, shutting the door was crazy work. It really was.
It is. It's no doubt about it.
So we get Kenny and Jade. As we get Kenny and Jade, we get really, and as Gab was saying earlier, this is back to the really condescending Jade. He's like, Kenny, whatever you're doing, you're not helping. He turned to like Quentin Tarantino for a second. Whatever you're doing here, you're not helping my film. Get off the set. Sorry, but Kenny, don't go. Leave, Kenny, go. Don't go. Kenny, come back. Come back, Kenny. What do you think? You got to get Boyd to let me kill people. Like you get or whatever, or sacrifice some eggs. And this is where, as you guys both pointed out earlier, Kenny calls him out in his bullshit. He goes, okay, I get it. But you know, these people that are down in that pit, the pit of despair, are you going to be one of them, Jade? And whoa, why? No, Jade's not going to do that because Jade's an idea guy. He doesn't do anything. And I like how Kenny's been killing it these last couple of episodes, showing up and putting people in their place. And I really liked Kenny in this scene. Gab, what did you think of this interaction between Jade and Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, Kenny just did one of the most badass things that any character has ever done in this show. So I think the fact that it gives him legs to stand on, right? Because I feel like if the last interaction or if the last thing Kenny did was tell Jade he was a youth sports coach it's easy for someone who is as egotistical, and I love Jade. I freaking love him, but it's easy for him to dismiss him of like, oh, you're not smart enough. Okay, well, Kenny is a Gryffindor, right? Like Kenny is doing that brave shit that very few people are doing. Certainly Ellis isn't volunteering for that kind of thing. But I do think there is something to be said. Like Jade is a genius. He's smart. I mean, some people think Jade is
your point. He's also Slytherin, so he's an asshole.
He's a Slytherin. Yeah, my boy is a Slytherin. And I don't think Jade should go down in the tunnels.
What are you?
Me?
I'm a Slytherin. I'm a Slytherin.
I'm actually a Slytherin too.
With Ravenclaw tendencies, I'm definitely not a Gryffindor. I'm not brave at all. I have no problem admitting that.
Hufflepuff, because I'm like a doof, but like I'm like a evil doof. You know, it's
who wants to be called Hufflepuff? I mean, even if you are a Hufflepuff, you just don't want to say it because it's just
my sister is a proud Hufflepuff, and she's like the best person ever, and she's like the only person I've ever seen own it straight up, like Cedric Diggory style. But all that to say, I don't think that Jade should go down. And I think everyone knows Jade shouldn't go down. I mean, he's too smart. He's valuable. He's important. We don't want to lose him. But I think Kenny calling him out as like, this is an easy decision for you was important, like very much so. So I love this exchange.
When you built the map and know the map, you should be leading the charge down there because you've been down there. You know what people are looking for. You know, so I would think that would be the reason for him to go because he is the one who knows where they're going. He knows what they're looking for. It's all in his head. They don't know what they're going to say. He's just going to give them the map and say, all right, start digging here. You know, he should be the one down there for that reason. It should be Jade and everything. And all the people in the chat, with your blasphemous Acosta should go down there. Just stop that bullshit.
So like if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, the Don Tony Teflon would be it.
Never.
Accurate.
Leave that woman alone.
I was there. Accurate.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Staying right where she's at.
You keep that perfect representation of logic right there. Okay, so Christy and Boyd, he tells her he's been lying. We talked about this scene in the intro. We don't have to talk too much about this. Boyd and Christy and the tremors. No, I mean, I think we really broke that down in the intro, but that's when this scene happens and Boyd tells her that he's been lying. And Christy says, well, there's nothing I can do. Thanks for telling me everything. I told you to tell me everything, but there's shit I can do. Moving on.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you deal with the tremors and stuff, we know this place feeds on nightmares. Maybe Boyd's biggest fear is to get what his father had, right? So I know they're saying that they manifest themselves when people are dead, but maybe that's why he's getting it, and that's why they're making him heavy because he fears to get what his father has.
Tony, I never thought about that, and I actually really fucking like that. Because some part of me thinks that when Boyd snaps out of this, he's not going to be as bad as he is in this place. And that could be one of the reasons too. He's stuck in the nightmare of not wanting to have what his father had. I like that a lot. That's some good stuff there.
Yeah, it's like the fears manifesting physically, like the cicadas and all that. I like that too.
Yeah, and even in the monsters too, or the Cabbage Patch doll monsters, or all that sort of stuff too. The things that come alive, or Jasper as well. So Sophia not being conspicuous at all. Gabby and I were talking about this a little bit while you were away, Tony. Sophia's in Boyd's office. Sophia's in the Matthews house. Sophia's sniffing here. She's sniffing there. She's sniffing everywhere. She's in the back of shots looking like the most creepy, cringe individual on the side of the planet. How does no one notice her?
I mean, the thing is this about it. Number one, she fucks the office up on purpose and leaves it a mess. She didn't have to do that, but she did it. So she don't care that people found out that she was in there. Number two, you have the lady whose face has been burnt, who's been there 5 times longer than her, freaking out. And she's as calm as a fucking cucumber. I mean, and Sarah brings it up. You're handling this very well. Like, people should you should catch on. There's no way a girl of that age would be able to handle that shit. This is a place where they strap people to the bed when they first got there because people were freak out. But all of a sudden, this chick just accepts everything. And it doesn't make any sense to me why anyone would feel that way about it. I got to stop this thing real quick.
I mean, these people, most of these, I didn't learn the term red shirts until today. So thank you for that, chat and Phil and everyone. But what was I gonna say? I totally got distracted.
If you haven't watched Galaxy Quest before, check out that movie like this week.
Okay.
It's a Star Trek movie. It's a comedy movie about kind of that Star Trek-ish. It's not about the red shirt thing, but you'll understand why when you watch the movie. If you're into Star Trek at all, like
okay. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, okay. So I remember, thank you. I remember what I was gonna say is like there's so many people who don't have to do shit all day long. Like, what is everyone doing all day? So is there no person that is like the little finger of the town observing what is going on, who can spread a rumor or two about a certain little church girl acting a fool and weird? And I saw her going into Boyd's office and coming out with a stuffed backpack. I mean, I noticed the thinness of the backpack when she went in and the thickness of the backpack when she came out.
You got a whole big colony house of stoners. People want to just say stoners are like lazy, just eat the pizza. Stoners are also paranoid motherfuckers. You're saying no one is looking out the window at Colony House, smoking too much weed, spotting this fucking Sophia being like sketchy everywhere. I trust me. Some stoner, dude, you see that girl? She's like going into everyone's house. They're looking from the windows of Colony House. Cheech and Chong are up there smoking fucking bones, watching this girl. I'm just saying, like, someone should notice. But I guess everyone's so narcissistically wrapped up in their own shit in this world that they don't necessarily notice what somebody does. And she plays the victim really well in situations when she does get called in certain things. That being said, Boyd not calling her out, clocking her right in that moment when she asks about the totems. Like, what the fuck are you doing asking about the totems? Like, why are you checking in? Like, you're the only person in town that chooses to check in as the new resident that, as Tony said, is calm about everything. Calmly goes, so did the totems work, Boyd? Like, what are you talking about?
Are you like the project manager of all of these new tasks?
I'm an asshole. I would snap at this poor like, I'd be like, why are you asking me that fucking question right now? That makes no goddamn sense. Shut up. So yeah.
Oh, did you guys notice one thing?
Go ahead.
No, one thing I didn't talk about in my recap, but I noticed it when I was actually editing it back in the footage, is when after she robs Boyd and reclaims the yellow suit, she's talking to Sarah. And I don't know if there's just a massive height difference between the two, but for a while, she's like staring right at Sarah's chest, right at her heart with this weird, like, creep look, and then sometimes looking up at her face, but her facial expressions were so weird where I'm like, are you trying to do something to her heart? Are you trying to mind control her again? But I don't know if anyone else picked up on that. I really didn't the first time to put it in my review, but I was like, what is going on here with the way she's reacting, or if it's just because she comes up to Sarah's boobs and like Sarah's a bit taller than her.
People in the live chat are saying Sarah's mad tall.
She's not mad. I think she's only like 5'9", 5'10". I don't think she's mad. So she's not 6 foot. She's not as tall as my sister.
5'1", maybe, or 5'2", maybe.
Yeah, maybe. She's not mad.
Tony, you a second ago before, do you have something you wanted to say, or do you have to do something?
No, I seen something. I just have it. I had the trailer. Do you want me to get it, and y'all want to watch the trailer? I think
for the next episode. Yeah, let's watch it at the end. We'll watch it at the end.
I think it confirms, unfortunately for me, some theories about people.
Okay. We'll what I was saying last week about
I'll get it set up. Let me get it set up and everything. I had to go to my other computer.
We'll play it after the recap. I think what it confirms is what I was saying last week about who goes on that particular mission. I think Tony's girlfriend might be in trouble. So he heads home. He heads home to Sarah. She heads home to Sarah. Sarah's like, "Where were you? What are you?" Or this is the scene you were talking about where Sophia has a conversation to Sarah's boobs. Now you're making me think it. Like, I wasn't thinking in the moment. Now I'm just imagining this conversation with Sarah's boobs. Oh, no, Sophia,
but I see people in the chat saying 5'1" to 5'10", and yeah, that's a huge difference. So I am sure she ran out of places to look if there really is a huge height difference between the two.
Yeah, especially with the coverage and the way things are filmed, where it's like an hour just sitting there with Sarah, just like, whatever. Okay, So they hug it out, and she says, Sarah, maybe we'll go try on clothes together and it'll be great. And I think that's foreshadowing Sarah's death because Sophia can't take off those clothes or she's going to lose her form. So I think Sarah gets into like a clothes situation with Sarah. She's in major trouble. And she sneaks in with the man in yellow's outfit. So we get Victor saying he survived the 3 things he needed to do to survive, the boy in white said. First, bring him to a truck. First thing you need to do is eat. The boy in white says you need to eat. So he brought me here with the peaches. Tabitha said, all you ate was peaches? Yes, I ate bugs and shit too, but mainly peaches. And I figured out how to open cans. And this is the rock thing, Gabby.
Okay.
Rock. This is how I open cans. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, Victor, open rock. Use rock, open can. Me do now. And he demonstrates to Ethan, you do this. Now, this is rule 1. You break can open with rock. Chunk, chunk, chunk. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. So Victor tells him the worst part's being lonely because part 2 is you make little volleyballs into human creatures like Wilson to talk to you. And I'll be back. And then he runs off, Gabby, and he goes and pulls out 2 little pillow pets and goes, this is Julie and your mom. Isn't it nice? It was
I mean, Tabitha has been pissing me off lately. And so I'm looking for every reason to be pissed at Tabitha. But when like Tabitha was like, I'm fucking out at this point. She's like, you're doing too much, Victor. Like, we're going to pack up this shit and go home. Like, please cease this behavior immediately. It's weird because he's like, oh, this teddy bear might be a little too small for Julie, but you could probably fit some stuff on there. It was weird. But there is something about clothing and pendants and whatnot sticking around and making a meaningful, non-inanimate situation. So I don't know. I feel like there's something to the third thing or something more here that is a little more supernatural that maybe we're not fully briefed on yet.
There has to be because they do conspicuously leave out whatever the third thing. And we'll get to all the super chats later before before the end, we promise.
Yeah. No but I'm still setting it up. It's going to take a second.
And Tabitha's like, stop, get out of here. You're wrong, as Gabby was saying. And she ends everything. Henry has another flash. Other Victor says his son's there. We talked about this earlier as well. His name's Sebastian, your grandson. Eloise is leaving on a jet plane, and she's coming, and she's a school teacher. And I'm not going to say this later, but I love how Henry says later, next time I go, I'm going to ask where she's coming from. It was a good line. And he's back in town, and we'll talk about that more at the end. And we talked about that a lot in the intro. So the clinic, Ellis is staying with Fatima at the clinic because he's still pissed at Marielle for saying it could be a good thing. Ellis says, if anything happens to you, I'll never live. And she says, I don't give a shit what happens to me. I'm going to take out as many of these fuckers as I can. That's basically she says it, Tony. She says what you were kind of hoping she does. She's like, I don't care what happens to me. I'm going to take out as many of these fuckers as I can, essentially. And Ellis is like, well, if you die, I have no one to go home to. Like, how horrible is that to Boyd? You got your dad's there, dude.
It's just stingy. I mean, I understand. But you got to look at the situation you're in right now. And the situation that you're in is that when it's all said and done, to think that everyone's going to make it home. Obviously, you want your girlfriend to make it home and everything else. But this is, again, secrets that are being kept that shouldn't be kept. If you're my doctor and my blood pressure and this is a certain way, you better tell me. You don't just keep that to yourself. The whole thing she stressed, beefing with a girlfriend, basically saying, just change the sheets. I'm her doctor. I'm the one. You're not the doctor. Basically, well, if you're going to be a doctor, be a doctor. And a doctor's job is to break hard news to patients. You can't have a disease in your body and the doctor says, well, they keep it to themselves. We'll let them know that. You got to let them know so that they know their options. And you're not being a real doctor by not letting her know her options, saying, listen, Fatima, maybe the device is wrong, but from what we're seeing, your blood pressure is this and this is this. You should not be alive right now. There's something going on with you. You got to say. So that way she knows her options and she's like, listen, I'm going out. Let me go out on my own terms. Don't hide this from me. So I think that the character herself, after she is not a love interest with Kenny has gotten boring. I don't think she's been good ever since then. Ever since Mariella's came, her character has done nothing but get his foot stuck in the bear trap. And there's nothing else I could say that she's done. And misdiagnosed, great doctor you are, Fatima being pregnant. You ain't done shit else besides that.
Yeah, she was frustrating in the scene too. And Mary's like, we need to find hope in any of this place. And she's like, and she pulls like rank, like they're on an episode of Grey's Anatomy. She's like, listen, nurse, this is my patient, and you won't talk to my patient without my permission. And they're like, okay, Christy. Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, I think she's definitely giving that more, I guess, logical medical student brain. And I found this conversation to parallel with Acosta when Christy was doing the ride along in the ambulance, being like, look, every person I've ever seen who has an idea about this place ends up dead, and is just being like trying to ground Acosta and bring her back down. But I felt like she was doing the same tactics with Christy, with Mari, not realizing that maybe in this case this could work. And I look at like Christy has seen some shit, but Mari has lived through some shit. Like she has actually experienced more shit than maybe Christy. And so I find their perspectives to be really interesting, but I do agree with you. Tony's like, I feel like Christy's becoming more one-dimensional at this point. Like she's just singing her line and that's it.
Not the mama.
Yeah, I think we know. I think the mole has been discovered. Oh my God, this trailer. Why did they just want to mess my theories up? I think these people do this shit on purpose. These fucking the showrunners. They purposely
before your video too. You watched the trailer before you put out your video.
They just want to shit on the dime. They do that. They're haters.
Remember that trailers can be deceiving, Tony. We'll get into
I don't know about this. So as soon as I'm just waiting for it to upload and everything else, and
and we'll
edit it real quick.
We're almost done with this recap as well. So I think the timing should
I will show the trailer. I promise you, I'll show the trailer. Not only will I show it, I'll show it in 4K quality. Unlike the other trailers that people upload that are all from someone's webcam, I'll show it in 4K quality. I promise you.
Jade is making fun of Boyd's shooting gallery thing, and he remembers there's a sky entrance where the bottle tree is. Boyd and Kenny are seeing stuff missing in the office. Boyd says to Kenny, someone was in my office. Yellow suit is gone. Kenny's like, Captain Obvious. Oh, what's going on? Something's missing. And Kenny's like, why do you steal the suit back? And Boyd's like, I don't know, Kenny. Well, he just got sick of being naked in the woods. What the fuck does it matter why he stole the fucking suit? The suit's gone, Kenny. It's fucking gone, dude. I love how Boyd says the word Kenny. Kenny, you're a fucking idiot. Yes.
Pam is always Tony. My daughter said you sound like Boyd. A lot of people say I sound like Boyd for some reason. I don't hear it, but hey, he's from Brooklyn, so it's close enough to Queens.
It's a compliment. He's a professional.
I'll take it. I ain't gonna say nothing wrong with it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
As Jade says, forget about the suit. I know how to get out of the situation. So Sophia heads into the Matthews house and grabs a cup and smells it. And Ethan's drawings and piles them up quick. We talked all about that as well earlier, about the smelling and whatever that could possibly mean. And Gabby, I think it's just, do you think there's any meaning to it? Or does anything pop in your head about the meaning of the smelling? Or do you think it's just an affectation of some sort?
The only thing I can think is, I have, in my recaps and in my videos, I talk a lot about how I'm frustrated with the boundaries of the Man in Yellow's magic system and where are the limits. So I don't know if there needs to be some smell of Ethan to get his DNA to become the voice of the dead brother who died as a baby and is now trying to be him. So that's a lot, right? Like I fully agree that explanation is a lot, but it's the only one I have. So she knows where they fucking live. So it's not like she's smelling them to be like, is this the Matthews family that lives here? So I'm kind of inclined to just agree with you, Phil, that she's weird and being odd.
I like
smelling things.
Yeah, it's playing for the camera a little bit. Okay. So Ethan, Tabitha, and Victor finally come to something. Tabitha shows that she is mother. Tabitha tells Ethan to come home. Ethan's like, but Miranda and this and that and another thing. Tabitha says, this is different. Jade and I have we have dreams to remember. We have the answers. We know this shit. She tried. She did all this so that we could remember and do things. And Victor, I came back for you too. And I'm taking you home. I'm taking you all home. I'm both of your mothers. Come here. We're all going home. And it's one of those scenes, Gabby, that I'm like, this is horribly going to go wrong. Like something horrible is going to happen here. This was too happy. Like I'm everyone's mother. I'm Mother Nature. Come here.
I'm here for all of you.
Exactly. She grabbed both her sons. She's like, I promise none of you will be alone again. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot unless Tabitha, because I saw in the last episode when Victor was like, all right, I'm going to do something scary. Can you come with me? Like, I feel like Victor is like, okay, that's my sister. Hi, Gracie. But you know, like, can you come with me? I'm going to do something scary. Like maybe Victor feels more brave because his quote unquote mom is there. So the only way I can see that not being just a cheeseball scene is if Henry does try to kill Victor and then Tabitha has to go. Tabitha has not done shit. I'm sorry. She has not done shit since Jim died. She is chilling. And she doesn't know what the plan is. She doesn't even know what the bones are. She doesn't know what Jade has been up to. Yep. The last she and Jade talked, she was mean to him. So unless Tabitha like pulls this crazy thing and saves Victor from Henry, I don't know like what's going on with Tabitha. How is she really trying to save these people?
She's been like Christy, or she's just been shitting on everything. She like there's that, and that's a good point. Like he talks to her about the bones. Isn't Jade the one with the bone plan? Like, does she even know about the bones yet? I guess
I literally don't think she knows about the bone plan.
Yeah, like not like she hasn't been in a position. Oh, where focus where she hasn't been in a position where she has heard about it. Not that I remember in any particular situation, but
even at the colony house, like even when they're burning Roger. She doesn't even observe Roger's funeral. She just walks in to go kind of yell at Victor with his teeth drawings. I truly think she's been tapped out of what is going on in the Fromville recently.
It absolutely seems like she has been. It doesn't seem like she's in on a lot of it. We're almost to the end of this episode here. Jade tells his plan. Jade says, I got an idea about the roots. The symbol roots. Kenny, you know about the roots? Yeah. So we're right above the cavern. We need to make a second exit. We'll just grab it with a car. We'll pull it up pop it like a cork. It's going to be easy peasy, lemon breezy. Yeah, we saw how that worked out in Stranger Things with the guy that used to say easy peasy, Rudy from or Samwise Gamgee. He didn't have a good situation. Boyd says, what if we don't get the tree? The chains break or fuck it up. What's plan B? We'll have people stuck in a death trap. Jade screams. He's like, fuck, I came up with a plan. Fuck plan B. I'm not going to make that. I'm not going to make the obvious joke there. But geez, like fuck plan B in that situation. Boyd barks. I'm not sending people on a hope and a prayer, as Gabby quoted earlier. If you want to quote again, landscaping is, what was the line again?
Landscaping is not a fucking plan.
Thank you, Gabby. I'm sorry. I'd much rather hear you say that line than me. Magic trees, no guarantees. Fuck you, we're fine. Kenny says we need some time, or Boyd needs some time, as Jade just barks the words. Are you walking around because you need to pee? Get the fuck up. Give me 1 second, doggy. Get up there. Don't pee on anything. Give me 1 second. Stay. Sit down. Don't pee.
Speaking of barking.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's about to bark on me. I can tell by the way he's sitting. Plus, I have a cat staying with me for 3 months, and he's staring in the room. He's like, I will meet this cat. Today I will meet him. I'm meeting him today. He's moving around. I can hear him in the litter box. Anyway, I'm sorry. Too much information about my daily life right there. No one wants to hear that shit. So Jade barks the landscaping thing. Boyd sees Abby, and Boyd goes off to see and sees Kenny being shot. Kenny dies. We see Jade's dead. Tabitha's dead. Donna, Ellis. And then we see Abby is alone, choking on some blood. And he wakes up and says, what do you want from me? What did you take from this scene, Gabby? I'm just going to go to the door. I'm right here, though.
Yeah. Go for it. Protect your spaces. What did I take from that scene? I feel like Boyd is heavy as the head. That is what I think is the name of the title of the episode. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Boyd has a lot on his mind, and I think he is manifesting the consequences of action or inaction. If he doesn't act, all these people can die. If he acts, red shirts will die. So I think it's more like he feels the pressure of himself running out of time and he doesn't trust himself. And I think Boyd just has a freaking lot going on. And I didn't realize some people were mad at Boyd, and I guess the really pro Jade people are mad at Boyd, but I don't know. I don't think anyone will want Boyd's job. Boyd does not have a fun job. He is, poor Jade.
Yeah, poor Jade. I didn't hear anything, but I'm just going to pretend it did. Yeah, poor Jade. Fuck him. Yeah. People listen to the audio cast will totally think I listened to the whole thing. Yeah. Great point, Gab. That was amazing. The best point you made all night. I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm a dick. No,
I was basically saying, I'll sum it up in 5 seconds. It's the title of the episode. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And Boyd has the crown on. He is the decision maker. And I think those visions are how much his conscience is weighing on him of what is going to happen to the people he cares about.
For sure. And by the way, congratulations, that was like the quickest pee ever. You're amazing. At least you're show ready for that. And excuse me. So, and I agree. I think you called that as well. And Tony was talking about that in a previous episode about these titles. They're very literal. And I think it's very clear in this episode. And I loved how you referenced the Shakespearean reference, which is where this originally came from. What was it? Richard III or something like that?
The fourth, yeah.
Whatever. Third, fourth. Fuck. It's one of those. There's too many Richards in the Shakespearean category. Like, fuck them. There's like Richards. No, that's Henry. Oh, whatever. I'm out of breath because I ran. So, speaking of Henry VIII, Henry VIII, I am. We go off to Henry in the Woods, who's Miranda. I don't know if it's real or if my brain's just fried on acid. I'm sorry, I won't do that the whole time because it's annoying. But he gets a really emotional performance here, and we get another flashback, and this is our longest one. We get Victor in a suit and tie, or no, he says Victor's in a suit and tie. He's a grandson with your eyes. Eloise is a teacher. And is it real? Is it not? Did I come home? Did I come all this way just to not come this way? Like, whatever. Okay. We get it. We hear the Joni Mitchell song again. Henry wakes up again. He wakes and the nurse says, you need to do something. Do exactly as I tell you. If you want, your delusion is too real, you have to forcibly disconnect, eliminate the anchor. As he comes back and he says, Miranda, please help me. So we talked about this earlier, Gab. What do you think they mean by eliminate the anchor? You think kill Victor?
Yeah, I think it's Victor. And I'm also, just side note, I'm dead at your reaction, as well as I see Peter Griffin in the comments earlier going off bullying Henry, and I literally cried. I don't know if it's that time of the month or what, but like I felt so bad for this sweet old man crying out to the spirit of his dead wife and daughter, and all you guys have done is bully him on this stream, like this poor guy.
What's funny is the last time you joined us, I think I was the only one that was easy on Henry, and you and Tony were bullying him. But in this episode, I'm being totally harsh on him. That being said, you know why? It's one of those like I'm not crying, you're crying. Like I felt the emotion, especially in that last. Like you could really feel it was a well performed emotional sort of feeling. And
yeah, and I get it. It was animalistic, it was guttural, it wasn't pleasant, but I feel like this is truly like everyone is up against a rock and a hard place here. So I felt really bad for Henry, and I do think the eliminate the anchor, I'm very pro on that being Victor, perhaps Tabitha, but mostly Victor. I think that would create the biggest conflict.
The emotional was very much saved by the I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It was a little bit like that, but there was a lot. I mean, there was some emotion there. It was a lot. It was yeah. You know, there was something going on. There was
moaning Myrtle over there, but he's been through a lot.
I love those references tonight, Gabby. You're making me smile. Okay, so the clinic, Fatima and Christy and Marielle are talking. Christy's doing typical doctor stuff, which really annoying Marielle. And she's like, so your heart rate, this is that. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. And Fatima doesn't want to hear any of it. She keeps turning over to Marielle and going, well, what about, all the stuff you were saying? Do you have any ideas? And Marielle's like, oh, I'm not allowed to talk. And then finally she's like, well, I got a couple of ideas. So we got a couple of things. And Christy brings her aside and says her heart rate's 19 beats per minute and her blood pressure is like 50 over 20, which I'm no doctor, but I know that's pretty shitty. So, so yeah, we talked about this excessively. I love your optimism that maybe Fatima might not be turning into a monster, but it certainly seems so. It definitely seems so.
Would you be happy if, I mean, would you be bummed if that's where the story went? Like, do you like that as a, I mean, I honestly think, but what you and Tony were saying earlier, I like the way you guys have positioned it, where she's like leading the fray, kind of like into the breach. She's going down with a fight, and it allows her to redeem her character. I like that. Then just,
I like
yeah,
that.
go ahead.
It's sort of like digging up a turd and polishing it a little bit. Like ultimately, I think one of my biggest wasted talents on the show, or wasted talents meaning like a waste of her character, is Fatima. I just feel like they had a lot of possibilities. They could have gone in a lot of directions with her. I don't like everything that they've necessarily done with her character. So it's almost trying to take the remaining parts and cook a good stew out of the shit in your refrigerator. So would I be happy with that? I feel like they missed the opportunity to take her out through the Smiley situation. I think if they had done that right, that could have been an excellent way for the character to have said goodbye, and could have actually facilitated some more Ellis stuff. I don't know, but so would I be happy with it? I don't know. I'm not fully happy with anything with Fatima, if I'm being honest. I missed season 1 Fatima. I feel like they had the idea.
She was so cool.
And like mini Donna in some ways. I'm not the weed dealing. I know I'm like a broken hippie record sometimes with the weed, but I thought that was a good element that made her interesting and different. Her whole vibe with Julie and her personality, the way she was sort of queen bee in the situation. I don't know. I thought they could have gone a lot of interesting directions with Fatima's character, and they chose to go a different direction that I personally am not the biggest fan of.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I
it would be a good way for her to go out if the show can pull it off.
Yes.
I agree.
But ultimately, I think they bumbled this ball personally, but because I think it's an auxiliary character that doesn't have probably ultimately much to do with the finality of the story. So those are the characters that you get some sort of flexibilities with that you don't always fully flesh out. But whatever. Speaking of someone that hopefully they will fully flesh out, Tabitha gets a phone call. The minute she gets home, she gets a phone call. It's Thomas. Come to the RV or Julie and Ethan will get it. So Boyd meets I forgot about this. He meets Ghost Cautry. I mean, we already talked about this. Ghost Cautry says, none of Jade's plans will ever be good for you. I had enough. Tell me something. Get over your wife. Nothing you could have done could have saved her. Accept it, motherfucker. You're not in peacetime. It's okay. You killed Abby to save Ellis, and you need to let people die. So we heard what Tony thought about, do you agree with what Tony's saying about this Ghost Cautry is manipulated Boyd here to do necessarily not the right thing, sacrifice people? Do you think this Cautry is influencing him in the right direction?
I'm a bad person to ask, because this whole time I thought Jade's plan was a good idea. So now I doubt everything. Like, it's kind of like Elgin said, that the town throws so many lies in front of you that you doubt. You can't see the truth that's right there. Or with what Christy said about everyone, this is littered with bodies of people thinking they're doing the right thing. So I don't even trust myself at this point, which I guess is the point. So I now am convinced that Jade's plan is not a good idea, but I don't know about Cautry. I do think Tony has a great point, and it's convincing me, but you guys also kind of convinced me that the boy in white is not this angel. So I don't know what to think at this point. I'm sad about it because I like Cautry.
I know. I want him to be a good thing. And that's the thing. Like, unlike the boy in white, who's a creepy little bastard, and I don't mind ruining him in your eyes. Like, Ghost Cautry, I'm like, that dude's kind of cool. He tells Boyd off when he needs to be told off. So our final scene in the episode is Tabitha gets a little yellow. As Tabitha heads to the RV, She sees all the pictures hanging up, which I don't get why he hung the pictures up. Did he just hang up the picture for showmanship? Was that just?
Yeah, I don't know. Sophia looked gleeful when she saw the photos, but I still think that there's something to the photos. Like the photos make things happen. Because why else would they be all over the intro? So I don't know. Maybe it's just is creaming at the thought that that more people are drawing kind of thing.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, that's a great expression. That's a great expression. She's creaming at the thought. Okay, so Tabitha, you distracted me there for a second with your expression. I was like, whoa. Let me catch my breath for a second there. So Tabitha heads out to the RV. She sees all these pictures hanging up. She says, he shows up. He goes, you know who I am? And she's like, no. Oh, and he says, you haven't remembered that part yet. So at some point, is Tabitha going to remember that she knows this guy? And that's where we get into whether he's being honest. I assume he's being honest in the way he was communicating. Seems like what he was saying was all genuine information, but maybe he was being deceptive. People, let us know your thoughts about that. And your husband died right here. I like Jim. Again, to Tony's point, I love how Doug played this. I like Jim. I kept one of his teeth. He's like the way
you do a great impression of him.
Oh, thank you. That's like me with the final slice of pizza. Gabby, I saved you a slice of pizza. It was beautiful. It was tasty. Okay, she asks if there was if he's there to kill her, and she's like, and he said no. You're like my closest friend if I had friends, or the closest thing I've had to a friend. I think he says, I'm not going to kill you, not yet. He does say not yet. He says, you and Jade are doing so well. I wouldn't dream of killing you. You're just too much fun. And you're going to do something new. You've played this game so much, but digging up those bones, you might have finally found how to set the kids free and get your kids free by bringing your kids home. That's a lot of kids. You're going to unleash suffering that no one could ever possibly imagine. He didn't do that with his voice, but it seemed appropriate. And imagine this is, and then he says, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be special. And then he says, well, let me take your hand. I'll see you real soon. I've missed you. And then he hums a tune as he leaves. Gabby, what did you make of all of this fuck? And that's
yeah. So with him saying, oh, you don't know about me yet, or you haven't remembered me yet, I think that, people in the town, the core crew are talking about a man in yellow. We got Victor talking about a man in yellow. Jade knows, Boyd knows, I think Donna knows, Kenny knows. So if Tabitha was actually fucking doing something, she could very well be cued in and be like, the man in yellow, like, don, don, don. And I think that would have made him even more happy. I really don't, like I said, I don't agree with Tony's aspect or thought about there being love or attraction or anything towards them. I really just think she is like a friend because of the many times, the amount of familiarity that they've been through, the how many rounds they've gone on this same match. So I'm still sticking with my thought that maybe he doesn't even know what's going to happen. But I think the very logical explanation to that is he wants the bones to be removed. He wants it to happen. And maybe maybe they will go into that cavern and the monsters will stand down and it will be crazy. Like they'll be like, what is this? We weren't planning for this. We thought we'd need another way out. And they're just like reading the newspaper or something.
Yeah.
And maybe that will cue them in. Maybe it won't.
Yeah, no, they're just like hanging out. Like in Star Trek, when they go on the Borg ship sometimes, like they can just go there, expect to be in danger. And then they go there and they're just like hanging out there like, hey, going about our business. We don't give a shit about you, because they don't really look at them as sort of danger in any particular situation. And one other person knows about the man in yellow, but hasn't said anything to anybody because she's busy smoking weed, is Julie. She saw the man in yellow twice now and hasn't said, I don't even think she said to Randall that she saw a man in a yellow suit, even though she knows people in town are talking about a dude in a yellow suit. So that's one of those kind of weird things that Julie really needs to offer up some information, even to her mom.
Yeah. Of like, hey, I've been doing this weird thing. And I saw some guy, like, I always say this, but just munching on a liver, like a cotton candy, corn on the cob. Like, this might be important in our detective work here. It's just an example of people talking to each other.
Creaming, munching on that liver over there. It's just a whole bunch of shit going on. People in the live chat, now the phone lines are back open. Excuse me. If you want to call in, 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. Tony will be back in a few minutes and we'll get into this trailer. We'll take a few more of your calls and watch this trailer and break it down a little bit. But thank you to everyone. We still got 400 plus people watching live right now between the channels. Thank you. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to both channels. If you're listening to the audio cast and you enjoy our podcast, give us some star ratings and review it and tell people how much you hate us and how much I paid you just to leave a review, because that's what people want to read. They don't actually read it. They just say, oh, yeah, you got this star. That's fine. Area code 505. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what kind of stuff do you have for us? And I want to eat some snacks because Gabby's making me hungry. Let us know.
Okay, I'm Zephyr Cat 7. I'm near Cincinnati.
Welcome from Cincinnati. I mean, I'm not in Cincinnati. I realized the way I said that made it sound like I also was in Cincinnati, but I'm not. But I do like the band.
I'm from Cincinnati.
Oh, you are originally?
Mm-hmm. I was born in Cincinnati.
Okay. Cool. All right, so I got a kind of a crazy theory about Eloise.
Please do it.
And the whole and the other thing I just wanted to mention too real quick was okay, so you know how the nurse lady at the nursing home or whatever she was, how she was saying to Henry that he needed an anchor?
Yes, need to destroy the anchor or whatever. Need to find the anchor, destroy the anchor.
And I think that that choice of word is specific to the song Blue, because in the first verse of that song, she says, songs are like tattoos, I've been to sea before, crown and anchor me or let me sail away.
Yeah, no,
so I think that's why.
For sure. I think that song has so much actually to do with it. I noticed that too, because I was looking at the subtitles and they showed like the first few lines of the song and it kind of connected with that too. Great point, caller.
Okay, so here's what gets me about the whole. This is totally out there. You're gonna think I'm crazy. Okay?
I already think you're crazy. No, I don't think I don't think you're crazy, but you're fine. You're fine. We're all crazy. We're literally up talking about a television show for 3 hours there. We're all crazy.
Right. No, you're right. Okay. So I think that Eloise is Donna.
You think Eloise is Donna?
Yes. Okay. Here's what did it for me. So you agree, Eloise, when we see them as little kids, she's what, maybe a year or two older than him?
Yes.
They're close in age, right?
Yeah, close. Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. So when they're at the nursing home and Victor tells Henry that he's at the Eloise is getting on a plane and she's coming, right?
You're fine, Gab. Either way.
For some strange reason, as soon as he said that, I was thinking, okay, now who are they going to have as the actress in this, fantasy world? Who's going to come in and play Eloise? And it just clicked for me that it was going to be Donna. And so what I think happened is that when Miranda, went to the bottle tree, and of course we know Smiley killed her, but I think that Eloise, I think that she did get into the tree, and I think she did come into the real world, and I think that she got like adopted by a family or something, and so she doesn't know, like it was such a traumatic experience, like she blocked out all of that out of her mind, right? Anyway, and then she's in a car with her sister or whatever, like everybody else, gets sent to Frumville. Yeah, I think and so that's the reason Donna doesn't know Victor is her brother, because she was adopted and she's got like amnesia about that place.
Very
I
interesting.
told you it's crazy.
No, it's not too crazy. And thank you so much for the call. I don't think it's the most crazy thing I've ever heard in the world, Gab. I think it's fun. I can see where the person's coming from, and that's why Donna sort of found her way back. And Gab, eat away. It's not like it's an ASMR thing. Like, as long as for me, it's the hearing.
I mute myself.
As long as you're not, no one cares. Like, if I can
Well,
eat.
last stream we were on, part of why I had to go was it because I was so hungry. I felt like I was gonna pass out.
Yeah, it's like
and
for dinner time. Like right now, it's like 7:30 for you.
Yeah, so I brought snacks just so that I would have more stamina.
We'd rather you stay on longer and eat.
I'm sorry. It's going to take 10 minutes to upload it.
Oh no, it's fine. We're done with the recap. We'll take some calls for 10 minutes before we get into, and then we'll end things on the trailer for next week's episode. And yeah, that's if anyone else wants to call in, 781-990-8509. Let's catch up on some super chats if we haven't I don't think there's some we probably haven't gotten to. Let's check out this one. I think Sarah will be the person that figures out, and thank you so much, The Truth 5717. I think that Sarah will be the person that figures Sophia out. She's the only one skeptical of her. I was saying this during the recap, and Tony, I'm curious what you might think about this. Sophia talked to Sarah about changing clothes and going to change. I think that's when Sarah dies. When they go to pick out clothes because Sophia can't take off the outfit. Do you think Sarah makes it out this season, or do you think Sophia kills Sarah?
I hate to think that Sarah's going to die. I really do. But I do think that they need to kill some of the main cast. So I think that Sarah could be the one. As for figuring it out, she could get too close and have it and then get killed before she can tell it.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
But I think that when it's all said and done, that Miranda, Tabitha, when she's driving into town, those two girls, one of those girls is going to be Sophia. And I also think that Akasa has a good shot of uncovering a picture of her.
As you saw the trailer, it's cheating now. Why the fuck?
No, nothing like that is in the trailer.
Good. I was curious the way you said it before. I thought
I don't cheat.
I thought there was some Acosta stuff going on there. Why the fuck is Boyd's sheriff station not locked when he's not there? He literally kept the bullets and his personal stuff there. Gabby, what do you think about this one?
Crazy work. I mean, he's losing it. He's losing his nerve. I expect military precision from this man, but I'm not in this demon nightmareville, so I don't know what I would do in that situation.
Lock your fucking doors is what you do.
Lock your door.
You lock your fucking doors in the demon
house. I mean, the first episode was Boyd yelling at that guy for not locking up his windows with a kid in the house. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. Lock your door.
He should have smacked Henry the way he smacked that guy and got some sense into him. That's what he really needed. When Henry was doing all that singing shit, he needed to smack him in the face and get some sense into him. And then maybe he wouldn't be susceptible to the stuff he's being susceptible to if he would just did that, if he would have smacked him and stuff. So I think he should have smacked his ass.
And sorry if we've doubled up any of these that I'm not sure because I'm just going through them. The more I think about it, Fatima is the one who needs to go into. We talked about this. I don't know if Tony got to see this one. More we think. You did, okay. So I think we're all cut up with the super chats. Unless we get this one. Remember back in season 3 when?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're all caught. That means you guys got to give us more super chats. So
yes, we caught up. We need more.
Yes,
and I don't blame you for bringing snacks. I mean, you should have snacks. It's a long stream, and
exactly.
It's hard. Snacks is key to get through these things.
We've been on here for 2.5 hours.
I normally eat dinner at like 5:30, and last time I was on the live, I was like shaking at the end. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be super prepared this time, so I can hang on as long as I need to and feel fueled.
No, it'll be. I'll have it. I just upload. When you upload in 4K on YouTube, it just takes for 30-second things 10 minutes. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it should just be able to whip it right up there, but for some reason it's taking a while. But I should have it done in a second. I will go check.
And they'll take some chats until then. I think all the visions are the truth. Boyd's visions of his wife and dead people are like Jade's early visions of himself, all phantoms in the show. E.g., Jim, Father Cautry are all evil lies manipulating. Very interesting. And absolutely a possibility. And we talked about that, whether they're good influencing or bad influence. And I realized that a few minutes ago, Gabby, when I said everyone subscribe to Phil the Issues Guy and Tony Teflon, I forgot to say also make sure you subscribe to Miscellaneous Gab as well. So make sure you do this. And you're a grandma. I'm like, someone's like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, you mean besides sitting on my couch with my dog and watching movies? Like, I want to have that's my big weekend plans and going to and passing out by 10:30. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But yes, exactly. 5:30 is bedtime. Exactly, Peter Griffin. I mean, I could stay up if there's something to do, but I'm just sitting at home.
Yeah, the latest I stay up is when I go to the movie theaters these days. Like I saw Disclosure Day the other night, and I'm like, oh, 10:30. This is late.
Yeah. It's someone's like, you want to go to a show? I'm like, what's the band? You know, like, am I playing on the show? We'll see about that. Why do we think Victor was allowed to live? I think because he serves some sort of purpose for them, right? Like there's something he's doing that helps them out in their modus operandi, like whatever is going on, or he's a distraction. He's a conduit between them and the people. I don't know. Why do you think Victor or even Boyd maybe gets they keep them alive and fuck with them instead of killing them?
Yeah, I have thoughts here, and they're not fully formed. They're kind of half baked. I love that view. I need one of those. But I feel like Victor is either like they need records, right? Because they have cave drawings, they have bottles, tokens, mementos, different buildings from different eras. So there's something to be said about mementos and like where Victor is kind of a bard, like retelling the history, bringing forth the history in some way that the town needs and wants. Because why not just destroy all the buildings when you purge everyone and reconstruct it? Clearly, someone in this fucking town has the ability to construct buildings and architecture abilities and metalworking and whatever.
Abilities beyond anything else. And Victor's like a narrator with dementia. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like it'd be one thing if we were still living in the time where everything was built out of bricks and clay, but no, they have 50 style diners with, you know, the stools and whatnot. So either that, but an idea I've been toying with lately is we've seen time accelerate when it comes to the boy in white. We've seen him turn from a boy to a teenager in a very short amount of time, like a few weeks or months. He's aging years. So I kind of wonder, maybe this is the third thing, if Victor hasn't truly been alone for like 40 years, 37, 30, whatever years. If he was not in like a cryo sleep type thing, but if there was a way to port himself into a slightly new time. Because can you tell me that you could be alone for 30 plus years and not pull an Acosta and not jump off the roof? Like I truly...
No, I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said more, but I agree with you. In reality, no, absolutely. Like maybe he went through a faraway tree and aged in some situation, or some element happened. It does think the boy in white's going from from a boy to like, you know, boys to men now, or the new kids on the block, new geriatrics on the block or something like that. Like that's where he's a boy in white right now. But yeah, and maybe the reason why Tony's been talking about this a little bit about like why doesn't no one mention the 80s? There's talk about the 70s time or the early time.
Yeah.
Comes to the other time. Maybe there was some, whether it's I know you don't really mean it like this, but like cryo, meaning like there was some sort of Futurama, like friggin' what's his Fry falling in and waking up 1,000 years later, but not 1,000 years later, like 10 years later, or some sort of decade where things reset or something like in between. Maybe. I mean, certainly is a possibility.
Well, because how many years did he have to be alone? Why weren't more people coming through after the purge?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't more people come through a year after the purge when he's still a kid? Because it seems like Donna has been there like the second Donna and Dale had been there like the second longest. And it still feels like they've only been there for a handful of years. Like it feels like anyone in Fromville other than Victor has been there for maybe a couple years, a few years max.
Yeah, and so I was gonna try to do like a really, really bad. Wait. Then Dale's gonna be there forever. I don't know. That was supposed to be the dun dunch. No, sorry, that was supposed to be the comedy trumpet. Oh wait, here we go. This is it. There we go. That's better.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, it's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm cringy. So yes, Donna said 3.5 years. And Laura says maybe I've had that issue with time too. No, maybe it runs in a 40-year cycle, says AJ. I mean, it's possible Victor wasn't in Fromville all 40 years. It's hard to imagine he was in there for all 40 years. And even the way Tabitha says that, and they make mention, he seriously lived on peaches. I mean, as Nick Cage says famously, I can eat a peach for hours. I can eat a peach for hours. But I mean, could you eat peaches for 30 years, Gab? Could you eat anything singular?
No.
30 years?
I couldn't be alone for more than like 5 days without talking to someone. I would be out in a second. No amount of crayons and teeth would keep me occupied.
You'd be losing your shit. You'd be going.
I would be losing my shit. I'd be Acosta all 100%. I need people.
A fucking bullet.
All right, this is a Teflon TV exclusive. I'll upload it. This is private. I'll upload when it's done uploading the main one. Then I'll put the thing up there and everything else. But this is just for us, for the people watching and everything.
Should we take this call first, or
sure, we can take it first.
Let's take a call before we take this. We're about to watch the trailer, but we'll take your call, our friend. Area code 513. What's your name? What's your question? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what up, Phil? What up, Gab? This is Nick Knack Studios.
Hey, Nick Knack, what's going on? Tony's back too.
How's my audio?
It's perfect. You sound amazing.
Nice. I'm using my actual microphone this time because I called in like a few times before and then realized after watching it over, like my phone fucking sucks. So.
No, that's okay. You actually sound really good. You actually sound really. We appreciate that. That's actually improving caller volume. I feel like more callers should think like you. We appreciate you. You're awesome.
Right. Hell yeah. I just wanted to call in and say what's up. I ain't called in a minute, and you and Tony were talking about how when Henry first started having his visions. And we seen Victor in his suit. You're like, yeah, that's not Victor no more. That's Vic. So in this episode, when Henry first woke up and he looked up at Victor and was like, Vic? Oh, dude, I lost it. I
love how he said that. Thank you for pointing that out. I meant to say that in the notes. I skipped over it. But someone's watching Tony and I. They put that in. He's going, hi, I'm Vic. It's like it's Vic Slick. Yeah, he's like, Vic? Is that you in the suit and the tie? Yeah, totally, dude. Thank you.
And I think it's funny too that like someone I kind of joined on Reel's live stream last night, and someone in the comments had pointed out that like if he really was in the right frame of mind, he would sit back and think about, okay, you've been in a coma for 40 years. Like, how do you know? Sebastian over here says he ain't got cell service. How do you even know what cell service is if you've been in a coma for 4 years?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. And yeah, absolutely. So it's a lot of bullshit. If Henry could just rationalize his way out of it, but he's leaving on a jet plane, dude. He's leaving. Like he can't think.
I mean, listen, it's very Inceptionist, right? And again, scientific. Right. It's Inception, right? It was all science. But
I love how you turned I love Inceptionist. I want to start using that. Inceptionist.
Yeah. But it's the guy wants to stay in the dream because his wife is there, right? He doesn't want to wake up. He doesn't want to come out of the dream, and this is what Henry's dealing with right now.
Hey, and shout out to you, Tony, because I'm working on a video myself, a little theory video, and I agree with you, or I agreed with you until we know now that that's what's going to happen. Shout out to you because you said they were going to cut down that tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he said, you literally said, I forgot to say that earlier, Tony. You literally said the season was going to end with them trying to fucking rip. You said cut down, but rip out that tree is essentially the same thing. You said cut instead of rip out. That's the only minor point if you want to get snickety on about it.
it's funny because there's been a lot of moments in this season where I was like, God damn it, dude.
Tony and
right.
I'll say it so Tony doesn't have to say it. Tony and Real have been really on it on this season.
Real too, yes. Yeah.
Tony and Real
we've gotten a lot right, but I'd say this trailer may fuck me up a little bit here. So it's not giving you
okay. Caller, we love you, but I'm gonna let you go because we're gonna get to this trailer and see how Tony might be fucked here. Okay, so we gotta see this shit.
See it.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, so look, someone in the chat said, does it spoil stuff? It doesn't spoil stuff, but it's a trailer. It's going to show you stuff that's in the relation that's in the episode, so it doesn't really spoil stuff. But it does. I think there's one thing I've said constantly that it's just impossible for it to be, and it just
oh my god,
like this is what's going on. All right, here we go. Right.
Yeah, so this will be my first time watching any From trailer ever.
Tony, when you were watching it with us.
Tony, when you first said that, I thought you just meant like we're going to see that Acosta's going on the mission, but the way you said it like that makes it think it's something more intense.
Yeah, it's something worse than that for me. But all right, you ready?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Let's go.
Do you know where I really am? Maybe if you
Can y'all hear it?
Oh God.
Can you hear it?
The yellow suit, he's back. When the sun comes up tomorrow, I want to be ready to put shovels in the ground.
Can you hear it?
I hear it in like almost an echo.
And maybe, but you can hear it though.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you might have to mute yourself if it's.
Do you know where I really am?
Let me stop. I gotta come back to StreamYard. Let me hit the mute on me.
But yes, we can hear it. And Tony is setting this up. People that are listening to the audio cast, what we're doing is we're getting ready to watch the trailer. And Tony's setting it up because making sure it is muted on his end and getting ready to play it. Let's do this.
Do you know where I really am? Maybe if you look closer. Oh God.
The guy in the yellow suit, he's back. When the sun comes up tomorrow, I want to be ready to put shovels in the ground. Look at those bones. What do you want?
You know what the others are doing?
Hey, buddy, hey, come on,
Do you like games? I love them. I'm playing so many right now.
Creepy.
There's a lot there. There's a fucking lot there.
Do you know where I really am? Maybe if you look closer. Oh God.
The guy in the yellow suit, he's back. When the sun comes up tomorrow, I want to be ready to put shovels in the ground. Look at those bones. What do you want?
You know what the others are doing?
Hey, buddy, hey, come on,
Do you like games? I love them. I'm playing so many right now.
Huh.
Is that that's not the colonial woman, is it? That's just a woman.
Tony, you gotta unmute yourself.
That's that goddamn Clara, who I have said 1,000 times is too insignificant to be anything.
Yeah, to be anything, yeah. And she's talking to Sophia like she's in with Sophia.
Yeah. Like she says, "Do you know who I am?"
Oh, that's Clara.
And then she says, "Do you know who I am?" And she's like, "No."
So
she goes,
Clara is the mole, not Donna.
And she says, "Look at me closer." And then she knows who she is.
Shit.
You know what that means, Tony? That means you have to eat the chip for Doug. You lose the Doug Hughes bet.
Fuck.
Doug is coming to collect that. You know the man in yellow is coming to collect that. And people that don't know, Tony, besides the bet he made with the audience about the chip with the alien theory, he also in a preseason podcast where the man in yellow himself came and called in, got into a big heated debate with the man in yellow, where he ultimately ended with Tony and him making a bet about who the mole.
We were going to come to blows during that.
It got serious. It got serious between you two. It was like I thought he was about to rip your throat out at a point in time, but I believe it was a bet on Donna being the mole.
Yes, it was a bet on Donna being the mole.
So
and I took the bet and
so the man in yellow might be collecting here, Tony.
Motherfucker.
Oh, we got KP calling in. KP, call right one more time, KP. But yeah, Tony, that's serious. I can't believe they even. I'm not going to repeat myself too much, but I obviously say the same thing in circles. They disclose way too much in trailers. Gabby, don't watch trailers anymore.
That's why I never watch them. I've never watched a trailer before.
Yeah, don't.
That didn't disclose a lot.
Evening. Hello, how are you guys?
Hey, KP, welcome to the show.
Right.
First of all, I feel as though what you said to that previous caller was some shade to me.
Me? You think you resemble that? You sound great tonight, KP. KP, you sound great tonight.
Hopefully, but you see, because I did things to sort that out. I got a new iPhone and all sorts of things. So I'm in Cayman Islands right now. I'm not home in the hotel room, but I'm watching I'm enjoying the episode. And let me see, I have notes. First of all,
oh my goodness,
this I said last week was my favorite episode last week. These are the 7 and 8 are the 2 episodes I actually enjoyed and I actually watched more than once. None of the other episodes I watched more than once. I watched it just to get the beer nutrition out of it because I didn't like the taste. But 7 and 8, I watched them 3 times each, and I have notes. One, is Kenny alive?
Yeah. He's alive, 100%.
Okay. Now, you answer the question, yes, although it's kind of obvious. Right?
Yes, we'll answer your notes, yes or no questions. Let's make this like a game, KP. Ask us your questions and we'll answer with yes or no questions.
All right, cool.
Is Kenny alive?
I'll throw them out there and then we can have a food.
Yeah, we'll go me, Gabby,
What's the
Tony.
Deal?
Yep.
What's the deal with Henry and this hospital business? First of all, is the hospital business even real? Or is that itself a dream within a dream? What do you guys think about that? Because I have 5 questions, so this is the second one.
Jesus Christ, 5 questions. What is this? 5 questions. All right, one person will answer each of your questions.
I'll answer this one question, KP.
I can ask them and you guys can answer, and we can talk, or I can ask them all at once.
Just stop telling us you're going to stick it in and just do it, KP. So stop talking about it and just do it.
Right. So that's the second question. So the first one. The second question is, what's the deal with Henry in the hospital? Is that even real?
No, it's
okay. Let's
start with that. I think that it's a parallel universe that he's seeing in. So it's not. It's real, but it's not real. He won't be transported into that. All right, that's my answer.
Okay, next dream within a dream, like Inception.
Okay, and I think it might be something different, but we'll go with that. Next question, KP. This one's for.
Phil, what do you think it is then? Because I thought he would say that.
I just think the man in yellow. I just think the man in yellow is fucking with him.
Oh, you think? Okay, so you think it may be a dream within a dream as well, but like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I had the feeling as though, and Gabby, I don't think we spoke last time. Last time you were on, when I put the TV on, I was like, wait. Is Michaela Peterson on the show? And I was like, oh, no, wait, that's somebody else. But anyways, what's your thought on that, Gary?
I think that the man in yellow, Sophia, put blood in Henry's alcohol and like cast a spell that something will happen in his brain that will make him think it's a dream.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense because he did mention the LSD trip at some point, so. There could be some sort of chemical thing happening there. All right, cool.
KP, one second. Tony has to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So give us one more. Give us your biggest one out of all the rest questions.
Okay, cool. So the 2 things are 2 statements. The man in yellow Tabitha scene, I think, was amazing. My favorite scene. I'm still concerned about Tabitha's accent. I think there has to be some significance to her Colombian accent. Perhaps we'll get to that at some point. I think about the Henry thing, that they're trying to get Henry to do what Abby did. That's what I think they created this thing to kind of put into his mind that, to get out of there, you have to sever yourself completely. And so that's what I think it is, that they're trying to get him to kill everybody in the village. And the final thing was...
fucking Clara.
That they played at the end was a song called Blue by Joni Mitchell, who I've never heard about, but it sounds a nice song. And I have it's a song about grief and memory and reincarnation and whatnot.
Fucking Clara.
And I feel like that song is directly targeted to Man in Yellow because the Man in Yellow is actually in love. Like he's legitimately in love with Tabitha, with Tabitha, or the avatar of his Tabitha that is actually some other person who has been reincarnated a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. And he's actually in love with this woman. And he's trying to figure, but because he's an insane psychopathic monster, there's something he said to Tabitha that was supposed to be like a something he gave or said or whatnot that was supposed to be like a gift.
Ding ding, KP, they're playing you the song. They're playing the music.
No, but that. So that is my that was my last point there. That I think that.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. I
love you as always, KP. We love you, buddy.
You guys, let me know what you think about that. But the main thing that I think is what is the significance of that Tabitha / Barney Yellowstone? I'm out.
There we go. I was avoiding the Jeopardy theme there in that situation, but we'll use that.
Quick trigger figure on this one. I listen. Fuck Clara. All right, number one. That's what I have to say. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know how I was wrong, and it hurts. It hurts to be wrong, and I didn't think she was a big enough character to be something, and it looks like she is. And it's terrible. It hurts my feelings.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, Tony. Maybe they're swerving us with the trailer.
No. There's no swerve. I mean, when you hear her say, "Do you know who I am?" and she says no, and then she says, "Look in my eyes," and then Clara knows who the fuck she is right from the look in the eye.
Shows that she's been a mark and been a agent of the Man in Yellow the whole time.
The whole fucking
which
time.
Explains why she's in every scene in the background and the Man in Yellow knows everything.
Oh, it sucks.
But the only thing that could save you in this situation from a bet standpoint, Tony, is if we find out that Clara isn't the only one. Like this just finds out that this is the way the Man in Yellow puts its claws into people, but Clara might just not be the only one. Maybe she has several people, but I guess if she had Clara, she wouldn't need anyone else in Colony House.
It sucks. It's all right though. We'll get through it.
You don't want to end this on a down note, but
no, we'll get through it. Listen. Maybe Doug Hugh will never come back around again.
Yeah, maybe he'll forget about the bet. maybe he'll forget about it. The statute of limitations.
We haven't seen him in a long time, so maybe he's not going to come collect on that.
We know the statute of limitations of a bet is about a year. If he doesn't claim it within a year, the bet is
a year, Phil. Why did a year come out of your mouth?
I don't know. I was gonna say 6 months, but I would have been fair.
Did you just jump to a year? Let's just say that he's got a week.
I'm an asshole. He's
got a week. He's got till the season ends.
KP wants a last word. KP, last word.
Make one more thing to
make
say
it quick.
My book officially went live on Amazon last night.
Ooh,
so I'm gonna email you guys the links. And also I want to say, Tony, go Knicks, great game.
Yes, right.
I know you probably went and last night.
You saved the call. You said Tony's like that's very much.
That was much more appropriate.
Yeah, it was appropriate finish.
Oh my god! And congratulations to publishing your book. Definitely will buy it. I should have my new book should be out next week. Next stream it should be up there. It'll be up there. So I just got I'm just waiting for the final them to send me the copy of it so I can approve it, and then it will be out.
Yeah, you never can tell, Lightbulb. There, it might mean that there's more than one mole, but either way, we will find out next week as we get into our what probably will be a 2-part finale. You know, it'll probably feel like one giant episode, like they usually do in these finales.
Unbelievable.
Tony, we'll hold past judgment. This is why Gab's right. You shouldn't watch trailers. I know you got to do your breakdown and all that sort of stuff. But
I know I can't imagine doing a breakdown after watching a trailer. I would be so sad.
Yeah, it's just like I can't do that.
No. Listen, I'm fine with everything. I still feel is right, but I would say that this does point. I mean, what's Clara doing there? It's all. I mean, what is she? and how does she know? And if that's the case, is this more witchy stuff going on here instead of scientific stuff? And we'll see in the end how it goes down with it and everything else. But we'll see. Either way, God damn it, Clara. God damn it.
Clara, I don't even remember this girl. I binged from so quickly that she did not stick in my brain.
She's not a main character, main cast, main nothing.
You wouldn't know. She's literally like someone that could be photoshopped, like sitting in a green screen behind, because she's just in every scene in the back, like, hey, hi.
She when Jay came,
I looked.
When Jay,
I looked her up and I saw like all these Reddit posts, just Googling her. I looked up all these Reddit posts are like, what's up with Clara? She's always in the background. I feel like there's something weird about her. So people have been clocking her for a while, and I didn't even remember her name.
I've been trying to shoot her down. Jade stole her
bike.
I
said something last year about her.
Jade stole her bike. She got the glass popped in her eye when they broke the thing. I mean, I think that's her claim, her two real claims.
She was the glass girl. Okay, that is, it's all coming back to me.
It's all coming back to me now.
That would be her two main claims of fame in the show. That's it. And in the end, somehow, some way,
what's her name again? Claire. Fuck Clara.
Fuck Claire. All right. Let me get up out of here. We won't keep Gabs longer. We got one more super chat that came in here, and it says, "Removing the bones will unleash the greater evil." I don't think it's the bones. I think it's just knocking the tree down.
I hate to say this, Tony. I don't see it often, but this might have been one of the only times I've since Stannis burning his daughter that I've seen you on. This is the only time since.
So funny. I went today. I looked at like my old videos, like when I first started. I just went on the thing and started watching them and stuff, and started crying about it. Man, I really started having tears in my eyes about those old videos when I first started.
Oh, I loved you and Mo back then. You guys are awesome.
It was a good time in life, and I looked at my 10,000 subscriber. Thank you and everything else when I got 10,000 subscribers, and I was so happy to get 10,000. I was so excited that I got 10,000 subscribers. I was just so elated about it and everything. And then I looked at the trial by trivia response video when Tarzan tried to call me out, and I did the
that shit was fun. We had a lot of fun back in the Game of Thrones.
That was a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
Only thing I wish in retrospect, just because I would have loved to have, if I knew then now, I would. You, me, Mo, and Joe would have had some fun. Like if we did like once a month, the four of us getting together and having like a good time. I think the four of us could have fucking shot the shit well.
Yeah, no, it was.
I would have loved to hear Mo and Joe together. They would have been a funny pair.
And it's so funny, like, Gab, you don't know Mo, but Mo, this dude, he used to rock with me on the set. This dude sounded 100% like Chris Rock. Like if he just turned his camera off. Yeah, if you go back and look, if you turn his camera off and you hear him talking, you think it's Chris Rock talking. Like he sounds.
Oh, I'll have to go back and watch the videos.
He sounds 100% like Chris Rock. It's crazy, like how it's the same voice. It's the same exact voice.
Wow.
Oh, so much.
Are you gonna be covering House of the Dragon, Tony?
Yeah, we'll be. Bridge 4 will be back. Phil will be back. The usual suspects will be doing.
I'll be doing recap episodes after every episode.
Yeah, we'll be doing the whole thing and everything else.
I'll be going live at 10 o'clock p.m. and all that sort of stuff.
I know. I think it goes. I think it may. Does it interfere with From? I think it interferes with From.
It is. I'm going to miss the first. I'm going to miss the first 2 weeks, but starting with the third episode, I'm going to be going to my usual 10 p.m. spot.
Yeah, it'll just be double work for me. So it'll just be with it. I'll probably just cover the trailer on House of the Dragon for the first two until From ends, and then I'll start covering it after that.
I'll probably go live on Monday or Tuesday afterwards for the first 2 weeks, and then do the lives on Sundays when From's over. That's the one thing I'm pissed off from skipped a week, because we would have only had to deal with 1 week of it. But that shit fucked us with the double coverage. It was like, okay, we missed the premiere, no big deal, but now it's like the premiere and the second episode.
I really think they did this to spite me. I do. I'm gonna say it. That's it. They did it. Thank you for the super chat. No one talks about Victor's son. We did talk about Victor's son. We had a whole lot to say about Victor's son.
Sebastian, yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian. We talked all about that there.
He had pretty eyes. Sebastian had pretty eyes.
All right. Let's get out of here. Gab, thank you once again for rocking with us. I know we're hard. I'm sorry that I'm on and off and stuff like that and everything, but thank you for rocking with us. We really, really appreciate
Thank you for having me. This is so fun, and shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone in the chat is awesome. Thanks for my sister and some other people coming through. I always have a great time talking with you guys and reading the chat. This was so fun.
Who was your sister? Who was she?
Miscellaneous Grace was in the chat for a bit. She doesn't watch From, but I normally send her the link and tell her to come watch.
Yeah, but you do some videos with her if you check out Miscellaneous Gab on TikTok and stuff like that. She does some videos with her sister and does some fun, silly videos where them talking back and forth. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin the fun by saying it, but there's some good stuff. It's entertaining.
She's coming to visit me in a couple of weeks, so I might force her to do some more funny, silly videos with me.
You guys are funny together. You guys are good together.
I think I'll make her smash or pass the From characters with no context. That's what I'm gonna have her do.
Yeah, you were doing some other shows with that stuff too. It was pretty fun.
Okay.
That's what's up. Shout out to Bridge 4. Indeed, 100%. We'll have Bridge back on. We'll have Gray Area back on. We'll have the whole Direwolf City podcast.
Have you talked to Bridge, or are you just gonna guilt him into it?
Bridge is doing it. That's just what it is.
Okay, the second one.
That's what it is. I'll go to New Jersey to his crib, and that's right.
I'll drive you.
We got Think Story in the building. Rock.
Oh, great. Thank you, Think Story.
Did you see I wonder if he did he see the trailer that we dropped? Did you see the trailer, Think Story? If you didn't see it, I'll run it one more time if you didn't see it. But I think he probably was in there and seen it and stuff. We know all that. But it's terrible. I'll upload the trailer. I'll have it uploaded tonight and stuff and everything else. No, she hasn't seen it. All right, we'll run it one time for our boy Think Story, so we could see it real quick. And I'll have it uploaded on my channel right after this stream is over. Why is it? How do I go back to that? Is it this one? No, not that one. This one.
That one. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's run it one time for Think. All right, real quick. What was that? Why did it do that?
Because YouTube sucks. Oh no, I shouldn't say that out loud. Demonetized.
Do you know who I really am? Maybe if you look closer. Oh God.
The guy in the yellow suit, he's back. When the sun comes up tomorrow, I want to be ready to put shovels in the ground. Look at those bones. What do you want?
You know what the others are doing?
Hey, buddy, hey, come on here!
Do you like games? I love them. I'm playing so many right now.
And there it is. That is the penultimate episode.
You're one sentence.
Not you, buddy. Oh, let's shut it down. That's it. That's the penultimate episode popping up right there. And everything.
She's shady playing too many games. I'm playing way too many games. Yeah, you are. You're someone's gonna notice your game playing. You're playing Clue, Monopoly, Hungry Hippos, Scrabble, like friggin' Boggle. Like I can name 20 more. Friggin' Cranium. Yeah, you're playing them all.
How the hell is Clara the mole? How is it possible?
There's going to be so much to discuss the next couple episodes. Crazy stuff.
I gotta eat that chip. The dime. This is not good.
You might. Let's hope it's aliens. You don't want to eat two of those motherfuckers.
Oh my god, this is not good. This is not good for me.
Hopefully, Duck will forget.
I'll have that trail uploaded as soon as I get out of here. It should be done by now. Again, Gabs, thank you so much. You know, you're welcome anytime on this channel. Everybody, I think we put it in there again. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So subscribe to her channel. We put it in the chat. We'll put it in the chat again. You know what I mean, and stuff. And please subscribe to her channel. It's very worth it. She puts out great content and everything else. So support her for everything that she does. She's a really cool people. So let's support cool people in this world, especially on YouTube. It's a hard grind and everything else. Real hard.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for having me. It's so fun as always. I appreciate all of you.
All right, I guess that's it. All right, if you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know what it is. Peace and stay sexy.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar,